club. All right, volume 1, Mommy Water book club, y'all. Greetings, greetings. Come on in. Come on in before we get started. Maybe we got 30 minutes, an hour. Greetings. Share, share, share. We're talking about the ancient African goddesses. Mommy Water, Sybils, the high priestess, the original seers, Sybils, Sophias. All right, the oracles. Greetings. Greetings. We're going to do our book club. That way we can stay on point this week. Yo. Book club. We might have 30 minutes or an hour. Hold on, let me get back over here. Like, subscribe to the channel, y'all. Book club, we do everything over here. All in one stop. Book club, guidance, laughs, fun, serious, hot topics. Did y'all see the storm? Did y'all see the pastor got busted again? I told y'all them busts was coming. They cracking down, multiple raids. I told y'all, all over the place. Another pastor with a write-off damn business. Told y'all. They getting all these damn asses. This joker done made $5 million in 2 years. What the heck? What the heck? Let me go. Oh, Lord. A Texas family expecting a baby girl after 108 years of only boys. Told y'all. Oh, boy. That's a long dang on time. Mama done closed up some wounds on some people. Mama Nature done shut some wounds down on that one. 108 years of only boys. Oh, yeah. She said y'all won't have none. Oh, boy. Uh-oh. Dang. A Texas family expecting a baby girl after 108 years of only boys. Y'all, that's something serious right there. That is something serious right there, let me tell you. Y'all here? Y'all coming in? Come on. Come on, come on. Let me get in here. I'm trying to get this damn phone to work right. Okay, there is my page. I was looking for my page where my live was. Hold up, let me get my... Y'all got till midnight to give for the candle, Mommy Water candles. That's what we're doing. Yummy and Mommy Water. Our heritage, our goddesses in our whatever pantheon y'all go for. That's why we're doing the gratitude candle. Show gratitude to our great mothers, primordial mothers. Oh gosh, where's this thing go? There it go. Greetings, everybody. You forgot about that book club? This the best thing popping since sliced bread. KemArts book club. Oh boy. Y'all know me, I like to dive deep. I like to dive deep. I don't like that superficial shit. All right, let's go. I left it right there where I can't see. Oh Lord, I might have to stand up, y'all. It's dark. I might have to stand up. I don't know. I saw something over here on this side, though. Hold on, let me see. African matriarchal principle of divine complementaries. Child, I can't see that. It's too dark. Talk about African tradition, religion, ATRs, E5, all those ATRD, ATRs and stuff. I'm more focused on the knowledge, the wisdom, the guidance. I'm more focused on who we were, not the E5 stuff. It's in here. I know it's in here because I can see it. But all that wasn't, you know, a long, long time ago anyway. We were way before then. Anything that does not want to go back behind patriarch, you need to question. Anything that wants to just keep y'all right around patriarch circle, you need to question. You need to question it because we were way before then, okay? You're talking about antiquity. Antiquity. You see what I'm saying? So anybody trying to keep y'all floating around the patriarchal stuff that they reinvented and rewrote and rehearsed and re-rhymed and remixed, you need to question because we were way before then. That's why I said I'm not finna get into that ATR because I know we were way before then. So I'm not even really worried about that like that. And then it's got it right up here by the Catholic Church. So, you know, it's already a red flag. I'm already on the red. I told y'all I'm dangerous with these books because I know better. I know better. I just know better. So the Sybils are descendants of the first Neolithic clan of African warrior queens, healers. And she just said, don't call us queens. Oh, Lord. Okay. Hold up now. The Sybils are descendants to the first Neolithic clan of African warrior queens, healers, prophets, prophetesses, and priests and priestesses who were on that first ship built by goddesses to establish the new world after the great flood. Hold on, I hear myself over here. So we built Noah's Ark after the great flood. We built Noah's Ark, not men. Is that what I just heard? Is that what I just heard? To establish new world after the great flood. Okay, something like that. It said we were on that first ship built by goddesses to establish the new world after the great flood. So we built the Noah's Ark. Am I hearing that right? Patriarchal oral history only records there being men. What did I just tell y'all? I didn't even fucking read this yet. And I said anything that stops at the patriarchal system, I said squash it. Go back behind that. And she literally just said it, and I haven't even read this yet. Wow. It says, namely Noah's Ark. I told you, I was just saying, did she say we built the Noah's Ark? That's what I was just asking y'all. So, So we woman built Noah's Ark. Boy, I know these niggas finna be mad as hell. They finna be mad as hell. Is this symbolism or is this the truth? Like, they finna be pissed off at this damn book. Y'all know y'all just threw the Bible straight in the trash. Y'all know that, right? That means y'all... They finna be mad. Oh, no, you women couldn't have built it. You're not strong enough. You're not strong enough. Wow. Look, I don't even know where to begin with this book. This is just the page we opened up tonight before I got off pop-up. And I said, because I had saw this down here and I wanted to come back and read it. Oh boy. Noah and his 3 radical different sons. Hold up. Hold up. Y'all, I'm gonna get to it. Hold up. I'm gonna get to it. We looking at Mommy Water, okay, book volume 1. Let me look up this way because I can't see, it's dark. It said, okay, namely Noah and his 3, yeah, it did say radical different sons. That's why I was holding it up to see if I saw that right. However, this is mythological and political and not historical. These 3 sons were all African, and there were African women, high priestesses called Sybils. All right. It says MAMI as God on how to build the Argos, Argos, the ark, the ark, right? And the giving forth of the prophecy pertaining to the end of their world as they knew it in ancient Babylon. Ooh, y'all, we might be all month long on this one. My nose itching. Uh-oh. Oh, this gonna hurt some of y'all biblical people feelings a little bit. Just be with an open mind. That's all I can tell y'all. Y'all just gonna have to have an open mind, open heart. And if you can't have an open mind and an open heart, then don't be in this book club today. You can catch one of my other book clubs, because this is gonna have y'all questioning whatever y'all was taught in Christianity, in Islam, in Judaism about Noah's Ark. This is gonna pull the weeds out. It's gonna uproot. Okay, so let me go ahead and put that disclaimer out. If you highly religious, you don't want to see this book, because this book it's not gonna sugarcoat it. It's not gonna sugarcoat it. It's gonna have you question everything you was taught about that Bible, about that Quran, and about that Torah. So if you highly that religious and that sensitive about your religion and whatever you think you've learned, this book club ain't for you tonight. Not this book. Not when I'm doing this book, because this book is going to go way behind those Bibles to the feminine principle. Okay, so that's my disclaimer, and I'm sticking to it. I'm reading off the pages, and I'm going to be breaking this shit down while I'm going through it, because you see I got my pen ready too. All right, so again, Mommy Water. So you see how I'm reading it? Like, I ain't heard that, so I'm reading it. I'm reading it with fresh eyes. So again, I'm reading this with fresh eyes. So again, oral tradition also has it that when men revolted against the authority of MAMI, means God. MAMI means God. MAMI means God. MAMI water. God water, the primordial water, right? The water in the womb. Okay, just check and make sure y'all still with me. All right, so that means God right there. It says when they revolted, they didn't want to listen. They rebelled, okay? The authority against MAMI. They separated themselves from the divine African mothers. Now, I already know some of this is when they took some of you women that betrayed the mother with them. So I already know a little bit of this, just not in her content. In her contents, I've been knew that. I've been said we was betrayed by our sons, and the mama was betrayed by her daughters and her sons. Some of us stayed with the mother, and some of them went on to do what they wanted to do, which led eventually to our exile and to our banishment, right, out of Africa, out of ancient Egypt, right, being punished, being brought to this low state because we didn't want to learn and we didn't want to listen. So we went with them, right? They coerced some of their women, or the women, to go with them, right? But not all of us did go. All right, let me go on. It says the throne. I gotta stand up, y'all. I can't see this low with this damn thin light. Where was I at? The Divine Mother, the throne, Afro, Chaldean, R-E-K, Riki, ancient Babylon account. MAMI is worshipped by the goddesses. Oh, these names gonna get me. There's Istar, Aru, Istar, I-S-H-T-E-R, which is Easter. Remember, that's how they spell Easter. Goddess Istar, but it's meaning queen or lady. It says is not a proper name, right? And then it says, rather one of her oldest appellations. MAMI is a holy, horrific title denoting great reverence attributed to the African goddess, particularly of the waters. See, primordial water. Newt, right? The sky. All right. Oh, this book gonna be tore up by the time I get it. It says, as the Afro-Chaldean account goes, Istar, in her inconsolable grief, angered at her rebellion and betrayal of her, prophesied through one of her Sybils the following fate that would befall her beloved African people. Oh, I can't even read this, but I'm gonna highlight it because it's too little for me to be trying to even squint my eyes right now. All right, it was a ow. It was a hold up, y'all. Yeah, we looking at MAMI water, y'all. Ooh, this gonna be a good book, y'all. Child, let me give it to y'all. It's gonna be good. Book club finna have it going on, y'all. Let me tell y'all. Ooh, the book club finna have it going on. Child, hold up. Let me share my page. Let me share my shit since y'all won't share my shit. Hold up. Let me share my shit. Let me share my shit. Because y'all won't share my shit, so I got to share my own shit. Okay, let's go. Now, I'm done sharing. I can go back down to the bottom here. All right, there we go. Greetings, everybody. Welcome to book club. All right, MAMI water. Okay, let's go. I might skip around. I'm trying to figure out if I can get some good light here. I don't know. That's MAMI water right there. MAMI water right there. All right, let's go. As promised for their great apostasy against her laws, her retaliation, and inundated their world nation as they knew it with a great and mighty flood. However, before doing so, she gathered her devoted and preserved her sacred seed inside the blood of the Sybils. That will be us, y'all. Those that are Sybils. Not everybody is acting in that. Under those divine guidance, she led them and their families alongside with the great elder Iao, Ones, O-A-N-N-E-S, Noah, and his sons into the new world. It was in her sacred Argos, A-R-G-O-S, moon crescent boat that she guided them across the great dark mysterious sea to the Aegean, Aegean, probably fucking that up, shores of Delos in Leona, Elona. Like, my mind is going somewhere. Like, it's, hold on. My mind is getting downloads. Like, this book is going to send me into another dimension here. This book is going to send me into another dimension. So I'm going to try to hold back, because my mind already just saw something and I went to another dimension. But I'm going to try to stay just in the book for now. I can read this later by myself, because it just literally just dawned on me, and some of y'all may not be ready to hear it. All right. Those doves were sent forth were the black doves, or the transmigration souls of the Sybils, whose priesthoods were already well known and long established in ancient Ethiopia, Egypt, Mesopotamia, and other ancient lands that were spared from the great flood. All right. We know this to be so because Herodotus, who actually met one of the temple Sybils priestesses, further recounted the story directly told to him of how they arrived in their new land and established the sacred OMPAHE temples in Libya and at Dodona, Delphi, and Delos of the Grecian island. He writes that. Okay, that's him writing down there. Okay. Y'all gonna have to bear with me, because I guess it's one of them struggling days. But my mind is trying to break down and process this at the same time. Okay. Origin of the name Sybil. Okay. Ooh, let me take this hat off. No wonder my head is hot. Ooh, that damn hat again. Hold up, y'all. Ooh. Ooh, this book is gonna be good, y'all. Hold up, y'all. My mind is swimming with these downloads. I think I'm gonna skip over here a little bit. Right here, this looks interesting right here. It says, more will be provided on this later. So I skipped that page right there. What is more important here is that the first thing the Sybil, the Noah did was to construct an OMPHAE temple shrine and make sacrifices to MAMI. So he made sacrifices. Now I wonder what kind of sacrifices did he make? Right? Noah made sacrifices. To MAMI. Oh, boy, this really gonna go against everything religious y'all ever know. Okay, they installed and consecrated the sacred shrine to MAMI and their minor gods. This they did in Libya and at Delos, Delphi, and Dodona. Afterwards, some of these groups settled into Asia Minor, modern-day Turkey, and installed a shrine to MAMI, never having broken their ancestral ties with Kemet, Egypt, Nubia, Libya, Syria, and Palestine. They soon developed a sophisticated trade and prospered into what would later become known as the Great Mayon and something matriarch civilization. Minoan and then Mycenaean, matriarchal civilizations. Okay, now what just popped up in my mind just reading, like before I could even get down to that, the first part right here where it says they're minor gods. So that's why they took that shit out of that Bible that said don't have any other gods before me. Y'all catch that? Did y'all catch that like I caught it? That's why they took that part about you shouldn't have no other gods before me. But it just said Noah said he did a sacrifice and put temples up, right? And put a temple up to Mamie and gave her a sacrifice, right? So that's where that part got taken out by the patriarchal system. Then I was reading down here a little bit more. So of course we still stay connected to Kemet, Egypt, Nubia, Libya, Syria, and Palestine, right? And then it says modern day Turkey, right? In these groups, right? And then it said, but you know what I thought about when I was reading this? When he was moving all around and they were going all these other places right up in here. And he put up this little, where'd he go? He put up these sacrifices to Mamie, these little shrines and their minor gods. You know what popped up in my mind? Troy, Apollo, all Sparta, all those little patriarchal movies that they put up all these male gods in. That's what popped up right here for me. I don't know if it popped up for some of y'all. That just popped up in my head. I said, oh, all those Apollo, those gods, those temples where they resurrected, took the women down and resurrected these men in those temples when it was actually the female. It was the Sybils. It was the priestesses. It was the oracles. Y'all hearing this first from me. So you ain't going to hear this from nobody else. Because y'all know, like I said, I'm finna tear this book up. All right? Because I know what Spirit finna do. I instantly get downloads when I read, because I read to decode, but I also read to break it down, right? So I'm automatically looking at all those movies, Troy, Sparta, where they went into those temples when they was fighting, Troy and Sparta and the Apollos, and then they was like Xerxes and all them. All that was really supposed to have been just female temples. They took everything down and put the males up, right? So that's what gave me that. Troy, Sparta, all those Apollo temples right there. That's a big question mark right there for me. So again, that's where I see all that. And then it said, and they're minor gods. So they installed and consecrated a sacred shrine to Mamie, to God, because remember, Mamie means God, and their minor gods. So who is minor gods? Hopefully we'll find out. The lesser gods, right? Ooh, this book finna wreck some of y'all belief system. This book finna mess some of y'all up. Oh, wow. It said it was their, legend has it, that became the new abode on their lineage to African gods. So that's how they started the luau, right? The luau, L-O-A, right? The ATR, because remember she was talking about African tradition. ATR over here on, I think it was over here on this back page over here when I said I wasn't going to get into that. I think it was the next, was it the next one? Yeah, right here. So yeah, see, that's where it started all that from. So all of these elements, all these deities and gods and minor gods, elements and the minerals, working with nature. That's what ATR teaches y'all, how to work with nature, how to work with the elements, right? The deities, like even in Kemet, Divine Shu, Nefertiti, Nut, right? Asar, Osiris, or whatever you want to call them, right? Haru, Horus. So teaching you how to work with those deities, those elements. Just like in tarot, we got the signs, the symbols, right? We got the sign, we got the elements. Some people don't do the signs, but you can't escape the elements are there, right? Air, water, earth, and fire. You can't escape. And so it's the same thing with ATR. It's talking about the elements, the minerals, all the association of how everything comes together, right? And the parts that all of this play, on the greater scale, right? So I just wanted to I knew it was talking about that. Yeah. And it says they preserve their history in poetic and prophetic prose that would later be used as a base for Greek and Roman tragedies and plays. Othello, let down your hair. Romeo, let down your hair. I could just scream. I can just motherfucking scream. Did you hear what she said? She said later would be used for the basis for Greek and Roman tragedies and plays. Shakespeare. Because they steal every damn thing. Y'all didn't think they wrote that. Mozart was even wrote by us. Mozart didn't compose a goddamn thing. All right. It says this book gonna have me heated too, I bet. It says the would, but I think she meant they. Typo right there. They would lay the ecclesiastical foundation for the collection of apocryphal books later to be modified as the Christian Bible. You can just tell I'm advanced because I already was saying this and I didn't even finish and see that down there. So you already know I'm already in alignment with this book. I told y'all and I said Shakespeare, and she just said the Bible and Shakespeare, King James, Shakespeare, right? All their little plays, all their Othellos and all that shit that they stole from us. So that laid the foundation of the Bible, basically. All those tragedies and all that killing this and killing that in the Bible that they got, to slay this and slaying that. Now y'all see where it was put together, huh? Hold on, y'all gonna need a seatbelt and a helmet, okay? Because we going to the moon, okay? I'm just telling y'all we going to the moon. Y'all better get a seatbelt and a helmet. We need our Cosmo suit. We need our astronaut suit. We going to the moon. Y'all, we going to the moon. Y'all better get your seatbelt on, get your helmet, get your gear, get your snorkel. We going deep sea diving to the moon. We going down below though. We going down below. My nose itching, y'all better hold on because this book gonna take us on a ride. We gonna be off Tiamat for a minute, okay? We going down to the deep sea, the deep blue. Oh my gosh. I can't even make this shit up. She literally just said look, y'all gotta forgive me. My mind is going like bazonkers right now with these downloads. All right. She said ecclesiastical, and ecclesiastical is in the Bible. That's what got me thrown off. She said She said they would lay the ecclesiastical foundation for the collection of apocryphal books later to be modified as the Christian Bible. Y'all, I'm so done. I'm done, y'all. I'm loving this one. I'm loving this book. Oh, finally getting around to get into this book. Gosh, I'm loving this book. I'm finally getting around to get into it. And I'm loving it already. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. And it says, during ancient times, leaders, let me put my book up, y'all. I can't see. During ancient times, leaders customarily applied allegory and poetic rhyme to conceal as well as to commit to, heart esoteric truths that were not meant for the masses. That's that gnosis, that's that esoteric knowledge, that endoteric knowledge that you always hear us talking about, that be like it's superficial, but it's a deeper meaning. Once you read it a few times and then you get those downloads, when you're aware, they'll come in pretty fast. All right. They'll come in it don't take mine long to come in. Once I start reading, it's on. I'm on and popping. Because I read with an open mind. I don't read picking sides. I don't pick sides. I read with an open mind and an open heart because I'm reading to learn. And I don't care who wrote it. I'm looking at what's on the pages. And that's what I would advise y'all to look at. Else you're not going to be able to learn not this type of stuff. This book may be too even advanced for some of y'all. But if you got an open mind, stay. If you don't, buy. Because it might upset you already. Because I said Christian Bible right there. All right. It says, okay, did I read that part? Yeah, the masses, right? It says priestesshood of the Sybils were even more conspicuous. They were part of the divine cycle of procreation, preservation, death, and renewal, rebirth, which was believed to take place every 600 to 6,000 years. The above allegory story of their arrival upon Argos, Argos, Ark, the Ark, that means the Ark. Hold on, let me write that up here. Argos equals the Ark, the Noah's Ark. All right. It says, with Noah and his 3 sons, after surviving the great flood, destruction is simply representative of this divine cycle. Golly. Jeez. Oh, that ain't working right. Let me go back to my read. All right. Y'all heard that, right? Priestesshood. I need a marker. Something going on here. What the heck? Let me see if this one works. I need another marker probably. All right. Another example would be that of the 9 muses, masculine Moses, originating out of the ancient Egypt. They were the feminine counterparts to the Messiah Savior. Each one represented a Sybil as the divine incarnation of the 9 cycles, right? Radhas, Radhas, rays, the 9 rays, divine saviors who had already manifested in the new Messiah of healing and prophecy, and to announce the coming of the divine cycle. That's kind of like what we're going through now. So y'all are seeing a lot of us Sybils have popped up, the divine 9, the daughters of the ancient priestesshoods, and we're doing exactly what she's saying in this book. We're literally doing of the cycle. Isn't this the close of a cycle? The 9 and the beginning of a new one, rebirth. And we're doing exactly that, giving everybody that guidance, giving everybody that which was hidden in, go back over here, and it said it was hidden in our, let me find it. I think I underlined it. Ooh. We're on a ship, establishing the world, and it came with them the oral history along with the records of men. Okay, that's not it. Instructions, MAMI is God, how to build, came over with the waters or something. It said rather than one of the oldest appellations, MAMI is the holy, horrific title denoting the great reverence attributed to any African god, particularly of the waters. Where was that at? I read that at. Let me stand up. Oh gosh. This book gonna be something right here. I just read that, and I can't find where I read it at. I'm gonna have to go back over and read it later. It said it came with, where is it at? Under the bunnies and led the families along. Right across. I can't even see it, y'all. Oh, I hate I missed that. I hate it might be over here. In her I don't even know where I saw it at. Okay, so we know we are the part of the divine cycle, procreation, perseverance, death, and / renewal, rebirth, which was believed to take place every 600 to 6,000 years, right? All right, and it says, that's around the grave for destruction. And then the 9 then the 9, right? So y'all got to remember, all Greek and Roman is after we already did all this. So that's where all the Greek gods and they pledge and do all that stuff from. That's where the secret societies came in with the Christian Bible, the Romans and the Christian Bible, right? But the divine 9 is here, right? Down here at the bottom. They just call it divine 9. They just rearranged it and started doing the Greek gods and the Roman gods and didn't do MAMI water. So these would be the sons and the daughters that actually betrayed the mother. They actually betrayed the mother because they didn't hold true to the information, right? It got watered and filtered down, right? Y'all get what I'm saying? Because remember, they rewrote the story to fit the Christian massacre shit that theological shit they got going on up in there, right? The ecclesiastic foundation, the apothetical books, right? So they watered all this shit down, is what I'm saying. So then it says, an example would be that of the 9 Moses, the 9 masculine Moses originating out of ancient Egypt, there were the feminine counterparts to the Messiah Savior. All right. So everybody had a counterpart. It was a male and a woman. So there was a masculine energy and a feminine energy. So they had a counterpart. Okay. Make sure you underline that part. Female counterpart to the Messiah, to the Savior. Each one represented a Sybil as the divine incarnation of the 9 cycles, Radhas and Ray's divine Savior, right? Who had already manifested as a new Messiah of healing and prophecy, and to announce the coming end of the divine cycle. That's us today. That's us today. That's us women that are on the post, MAMI water Sybils. That's us right there today. Every 600 to 6,000 years. Right? That's us. Wow. The rebirth, which was believed to take place every 600 to 6,000 years. That's us. Not everybody, but that's, you get what I'm saying. I'm still looking for that other thing I was looking for, how she said that, but I'll get back to it, I guess. So it says, in short, the Moses Sybil were literally the light of divine wisdom and the divine spark of the divine African mother as MAMI water, Moana, Mother Earth, Gaia. They were symbolically and divine rays of truth, right? Emanating from the crowns of the masculine sun, thunder gods, right? During times of perseverance, each Moses offered the gift of their specific talent, music, art, science, literature. However, during periods of cyclic renewal, one would manifest from among them Sybils, right? To become the prophetic voice of the divine African mother, MAMI. Y'all. Ooh. Oh boy. Oh boy. I just got a download. Oh boy, did I just get a download right then. Oh my gosh. However, during the period of cyclic renewal, which is now, endings, renewal, beginnings, right? One would manifest from among them, Sybils, to become the prophetic voice of the divine African mother, MAMI. Her. 1. Origins of the name Sybil. The name Sybil is a mixed origin. It is the sacred initiatory title that the ancient Africans called the prophetess or priestesses of MAMI water. We have one that is like the mother, like Queen Elizabeth. If y'all get what I'm saying, that's what that just said. We have one that is like Queen Elizabeth. Not, it's other priestesses and Sybils, but it's one that is the mother of the nation. Y'all get what I'm talking about? So there's only one for the blacks. It's one mother for the black of all us. One, right? It's many of them in there, but it says from renewal, one would manifest from among them, Sybils, to become the prophetic voice of the divine African mother, MAMI. That means we got our own queen. We have our own mother amongst us. Y'all get what I'm saying? Oh, I know y'all know, but I'm gonna leave it alone. All right. According to some, it is derived from the black Ethiopian Cushites known as the Phrygians, Phrygins, natives of Mycenae. I'm probably fucking these names up, y'all. Their name of endearment for MAMI. Queen of Heaven, Mother of Gods, Cybele. Queen of Heaven, Mother of Gods. Some scholars believe that Sybil is a Greek corruption of two words. S-I-O-I, meaning God, and B-U-L-E, meaning the council. Both words are derived from the African Aeolithic or something dialect of the ancient Messenia. Combined, it reads as Siobuli. I'm probably fucking these words up, y'all. Siobule, which phonetically, like we talk for ebonics, phonetically evolved into the English Sybil. So that's telling you where it came from. It's two words, God and to counsel. So we are the first counselors of men. We already knew that. They saw us for guidance. We knew that. Men just don't seek us today because y'all think y'all supposed to be giving us counsel and we supposed to give y'all counsel. Y'all supposed to be listening to us and then going out making the choices and the decisions y'all supposed to be making. But you go to these churches and you got these numbnuts up in there. These damn egotistical men up in there lying and hoeing. Turning God's house into a den of thieves and shit. And a whole house. I'm going to leave that alone because I'm going to get mad in a minute. Defiled mama's house. That's what y'all did. Y'all defiled mama's house. Her temple. That's what y'all did. Let me get me a marker. I got to get something else. I need to put some colors on this book. Y'all see what they did? That's what they did. And that's why they all kicking and screaming. That's exactly what they did. Additionally, Webster Dictionary defines a Sybil as a female prophet or a woman able to utter the oracle and prophecies of a god, or a woman who can foretell the future. Y'all got that? That's a Sybil. Conversely, under the bitter Hebrew patriarchs, the Sybil are condemned in their Bible as, what the hell is this? An evil serpent spirit. You mother... Ooh, let me stop, because I'm about to cuss their ass out. BEHALATH-OB, meaning evil serpent spirit or mistress of the pantheon. It says, however, when all is said and done, the Sybils refer to themselves as sisters of Isis and sometimes prophetesses of the Black Diana. Y'all, I ain't even gonna look. I'm gonna leave that paragraph alone, because y'all already know what I just said. But I'm gonna leave that paragraph alone before I get mad. All right? Before I get mad. Before I gets mad. Ooh wee. Did y'all catch that? They call us the black goddamn evil ass serpent. The mistress of Pantheon, all because we knew how to foretell the future. And this is where they wrote in the Bible about all that tarot and all that prophecy and made women sit down and not speak. Very patriarchal. Now y'all see how that shit came into play. And why? Because they're intimidated by our gifts. They're afraid of our gifts and our power. Because they can't fool us. They can't lie to us. When we step into that civil high priestess, prophet, oracle stuff, they can't lie to us. They know we can see through them. That's why they wrote that shit out. That's one of the reasons why they wrote that shit out of there. Boy, y'all finna be in something. Look, I'm gonna have to put my disclaimer out. If you very religious and you very sensitive and your mind is closed, you don't need to be in this book club. You don't need to be here. You really don't. Go get one of my other book clubs and go down there with one of the goddess books. This one is very advanced. It's very straightforward. It's gonna challenge y'all. It's gonna upset y'all. It's gonna trigger y'all. And now you're gonna see why these men did what they did. Okay, these churches did what they did. I'm just saying, if you're sensitive, please leave, because I don't want to trigger you. Because I'm getting triggered myself. Just because I'm getting mad. You know what I'm saying? This bullshit right here. But anywho, I can handle that. That's not nothing we didn't know. But to see it now, it makes sense why they did it like that. You see what I'm saying? Y'all got to see why it makes sense now. If you're not awakened or not aware, you're not going to get it. And you got people out here mad ass pushing this Bible shit too. This biblical stuff. And they don't even understand who or what we are. They helping keeping us asleep. They helping keeping sisters asleep. So that's the gatekeepers. I just want y'all to know. That's the gatekeepers for you. To keep y'all asleep. I'm here to wake your ass up. Okay? I'm here to wake your ass up if you want to be woke. But if you want to stay asleep, go sleep and get away from this page, okay? Get off this channel. Because I challenge everything about your very existence. All right? Oh, boy. Woo-wee. Wow. Dang on. This is crazy. And it says the Holy Sibling Oracle. The Sibling Oracle are the series of divine prophecy given over a span of more than 3,000 years. But Jesus ain't even that fucking old, y'all. He about 2,600 years old, but I'm saying the J word, but he probably like 2,000 years old. He ain't that old. Y'all ain't had that Christian bejeeba stuff that old. I don't know where y'all think y'all got that stuff from, but y'all ain't had it that old. 3,000 years, I'm gonna underline that. It says that certain accurate global prediction and chronicle the rise and fall of a great empire and the dynasties and fate of important heads of state, villages, kingdoms, their leaders, and their nations. Wait a minute, what did I miss? The Sybylline oracles are a series of divine prophecies given over a span of more than 3,000 years that contain accurate global predictions and chronicles the rise and the fall of great empires and the dynasties and the fate of important heads of state, village, kingdoms, their leaders, and their nations. These cycles usually entail prophesying the coming of the Holy One. This Holy One was not an apocalyptic savior sent to save all humankind, but rather the usual savior, sun, thunder, deities whose life was offered as a human sacrifice to purify the negative accumulation of karmic debt, right? And announce the new groom of the Divine Mother. The idea of a soul, S-O-L-E, savior probably began with the killing of the first Anunnaki fish deity, sent to liberate and redirect the dangerously aggressive masculine tendencies of the patriarchal rebellion, always threatening to, what is this? Destabilize the natural, social, and political order of matriarchal society. Usually the traditional target of their masculine aggression was aimed at overthrowing the divine matriarchs and their much converted political and economical position established by the goddesses, which they maintain as the central seat of sacerdotal or secular power in the world. So y'all see there, they intimidated. These are men that are intimidated. It said Anunnaki, Anuki, A-N-N-U-K-I, fish deity. That's like the Pisces viscera, isn't it? And then it says to announce the new groom of the Divine Mother. Wow, what the heck? These necessary cycles of the human destruction and rebuilding, regeneration traditionally entailed the customary sacrificial savior, scapegoat, death and resurrection ceremonies, the ritual purgation, purification, connection of the personal and societal errors in violence of taboos, and the relief and justice for the suffering masses. These Sybils' prophetic utterance were written down by scribe priests and priestesses, many compiled each individual, OMPHAE, and the temple shrine across the world. Look, it even mentioned Apollo. What did I tell y'all? I knew it. I said, why did I say that gave me Apollo? And Apollo sitting right here. You can't tell me. You can't tell me. You cannot fucking tell me. Apollo sitting right here. For example, during the coming of one future cycle, it was Plato who later revealed the secret that at Delphi, there was an ancient secret prophecy concerning the birth of a son of Apollo, Osiris, Horus. What did I tell y'all? I told y'all that back there gave me that feel of Sparta, Apollo, them gods. It gave me all those matriarchal temples, all those temples and shrines we had, and they put all those male patriarchal statues in there and removed the feminine statues that they made. What? Oh my goodness. How long that? 65? We over an hour. Is that it? Is that her? Oh, that's the same page. I was thinking that was a different page. Or 2 pages. It said who was, okay. The son of Apollo, Horus. Okay, so it was Apollo, then it transformed into Osiris, then it transformed into Horus, but really the son, and then really Horus is Horu. So they don't want to put that in there for some reason. It says who was to be one to restore the reign of justice and virtue on earth. Godfrey Higgins claimed that these civil prophecies were actually referring to either the Black Buddha or the Black Krishna, both. That's India. The Black Krishna is India. All right. It says both who were actually born on the holy Grecian Isles of Dodona. So they're talking about Buddha and Krishna O'Hare right there. The Black Buddha and the Black Krishna. Wow. This Godfrey Higgins person, y'all can look him up. Godfrey Higgins. All right. Like over here, my mind just had so many downloads over here. Like my mind was just boom. It was just getting dumped. Like, I mean, just decoding it, but I was doing it in my head while I was reading it. At Delphi, it was Cybele, later known as Thames or Emeritus, Black Diana. So now they're getting into the goddesses' names, Emeritus Black Diana, right? Themesis, Themis. I forgot how you pronounce that one. Themesis. These symbols were seized by the split, would fall into possession, causing them to thrash about the ground, uttering messages from the gods. That sound like shouting. That sound like they were shouting. Because it said these symbols were seized by the spirit, would fall into possession, that mounting that they do in ATR when the spirit mounts you, but it's the Holy Ghost in church and we be all over the floor, kicking and screaming, rolling around, about to hurt ourselves. All right, causing them to thrash about the ground, uttering like a mermaid, like a fish out of water, flapping. Message from the gods. More often, it was a divine ancestor expressing his or her unhappiness with those who were in violation of divine law. So, download. Oh my gosh. Oh, spirit, Gaia. So all that flapping around did not mean that you had the Holy Ghost. That was the ancestors disappointed at them. Oh my gosh. It was a divine ancestor expressing his or her unhappiness with those who were in violation of divine law. Oh, that just shut the black church down. All that shouting, kicking, and screaming. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. That means y'all doing something that wasn't right. That wasn't morally right. Now, what law was that y'all was breaking? Oh my God. That's that shouting, kicking, and screaming that we was doing. Thinking we was saved. That wasn't saved. That was the divine. That was our ancestors mounting us spiritually. Even in church, they'll mount your ass. They'll get on your ass. Yes, they will. Possessing them to get whatever. Oh my God. Oh God. This book is not. This book here. Did you read? Oh my God. These Symbols were seized by the spirit, possessed, would fall into possession, causing them to thrash about the ground, uttering messages from the God, like speaking in tongues, right? Speaking in tongues, saying all that different speaking in tongues, right? More often, it was a divine ancestor expressing his or her unhappiness. Ooh. Sheet other warnings of admonitions to the villages. So they would be prophesying, speaking in tongues or whatever, right? It says, so she would be uttering warnings and admonitions to the villages, cities, and ancient kingdoms and their leaders, prophesying their doom, or fulfilling their hopes and restoring lost glory. She'd right moral wrongs and punish offenders of the divine law. Oh, she'd heal the sick, call up the dead, and restore dignity and strength to the weak. That's everything I do right now, because I sure be doing that shit. Y'all probably be like, this girl on one. No, I don't be on one. I'm on this right here, though. Because that's exactly what I be doing. And I told y'all them busts was coming, and look at all these men getting busted with these mega churches. I put another one on the damn community board so y'all can see another one going down for all that crookery, all that RICO charge, all that fraud. It's gonna be terrible by the time the United States get done. By the time the feds get done collecting everybody. I'm telling you, it's gonna be something. It says and I told y'all, oh my God. It says these prophecies were consistent and similar with those uttered by the chief civil priestesses of major Omphae shrines, Omphae shrines scattered all across the ancient Mediterranean world. After realizing their intrinsic value, it was these prophecies that were later completely seized and what the hell? Oh, collated by the Roman papals and Levitical Jews during their it says religio-political wars. They were compiled doctrine. No, they were compiled, doctored, and plagiarized by them as they exist today in what would become known as the Symbolism oracles. Ooh, plagiarized, straight thievery. Doctored them up, plagiarized them, took whatever they needed to take out of them so we wouldn't know. Oh boy. This kind of disgusts you sometimes, don't it? When you got to read stuff like this. And y'all hold these people like they integrity, like they got some morals and some values and shit. But y'all don't say nothing about them tearing up our stuff and taking stuff out and plagiarizing our stuff. Y'all want to act like that shit didn't even happen. Y'all got some damn nerve. All right. Let me see. Do I want to read this? Boy. Black Amazons in defense of mother right. Y'all need to get this book. The first prophetess, MAMI Water. I can't read that. Look at there. I can't read that. I cannot read that. It's too dark. I'm gonna skip over that one. Let me go back over here. MAMI crowned queen mother, civil goddesses of the ancient world. Oh boy. Where do I want to go, Spirit? Oh, this is where they get that serpent priestess in Daphne. See her picking with the snakes? You see her picking up the snakes? That's why these people be thinking they can pick up the snakes. And then they mess around here and get their ass bit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they'll try that stuff in church sometimes and get their ass hurt. You know, trying to pick up snakes. Trying to walk on water. Like get out the boat and shit. They take that stuff literal when those are like, well, for that part, that was literal. I mean, that was symbolic, but they tried to walk on water and drown. You know what I'm saying? But this one is Python, a Python priestess. So this is a Python priestess from Benin, I believe. Yeah, Benin. Most in West employ the sacred serpent as mere entertainment. However, that is not what the holy python is when one is actually initiated and trained to respect them. So this woman was trained. Okay, when it's trained, you got to be trained, kind of like in the zoo, right? Whatever they do in these animal things where they're trained to do all this stuff, right, is different. But she really picking up that damn snake. Ooh, child. Oh, this person got a whole bunch of snakes wrapped around. They behind this serpent priest in Sudan. MAMI Secret Society of Tanzania. And this serpent priest in Sudan got a whole bunch of snakes wrapped around him. Now, what kind of snakes they is? Don't look him. Serpent priest of ancient Sudan. Y'all see that? Serpent priest of ancient Sudan and MAMI Sacred Society in Tanzania, Africa. Your vibration gotta be real high for them snakes not to pop your ass. You gotta be your frequency gotta be high. Just how we walk with lions and all those killer animals and stuff. Your vibration, we had to be in alignment. Oh, there's the mermaid. Hold up. Mermaid. Go back, go back, go back. Vishnu, Black Vishnu. Oh, African fish god Dogon. Namo. Oh, Vishnu, something. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Isis crown, MAMI. Oh, that's Isis in Haru right there. This is MAMI Isis of Petra Empire. Ornament box. And here it is. Isis of Piscine form precursor to mermaid. This is where he get the damn Starbucks right here. This is where he gets Starbucks right here. Mommy water. This is exactly where he get that Starbucks. Might as well just go on ahead and put Starbucks. Because that's where he got it from. Yeah. Where Starbucks got its, what's it called? Its logo. Right there. That's where Starbucks got the logo from. Y'all see that? You cannot tell me that's not Starbucks. You cannot tell me that's not present day Starbucks right there. That is present day Starbucks. That's present day Starbucks. Mommy water, mermaids. Dang. Vishnu. Okay, this is Mommy water as the sacred serpent. And we got Tiamat right here. We got logos, means wisdom, was known in many African and Afro-eccentric languages as Istar, Ashanti, Tiamat, Tanit, and then a Astargard or something like that. And Cybele and Black Diana. And a host of other appellations, and anciently depicted bearing the sacred serpent. In one account, Bell describes these ancient images of Isis. Okay. There y'all go right there. MAMI as the sacred serpent. Right there. I don't know, can y'all see the book page? I know it's dark. All right. Let's go back over here. It even got some maps in here too, y'all. It got some maps in here. Ooh, excuse me. Damn, that was spirit. The heck? Priscilla and Maximilia. These last two Sybils are actually the ancient African foremothers and fathers to the modern day Black, charismatic, Baptist, and Pentecostal, because it is they, along with the priest named Montanus, all native of Phrygia, now Western Turkey, who first learned to adapt African spirits to be forced Western Christian paradigm in the mid-2nd century CE. It said, okay, Roman Imperial Church decided that after the ascension of Christ, the age of the apostles and the age of prophecy was over. They violently suppressed all African prophetic voices, especially those of civil priestesses. This group, as did other Africans, were still being born and called by their divinities, and thus founded the new prophecy movement, in which to voice their divine utterance, although dubbed as Christian hearsay by the Roman Imperial Church, Montanus and the civil priestesses under Terry forged ahead. That was in 240 to 250 240 to 250 CE. C.E. Ooh, broken promises. Civil goddess curses Rome. Oh shit. Oops. Oh. Constantine, who once tolerated, for political reasons, African and other religious traditions, also began a campaign of destroying all of the African temples and shrines, especially in Asia Minor, Turkey. He finished off the final desecration of Delphia by pillaging and carting off all of its art, books, and statues to adorn his new Christian temple at Constantinople, Turkey. Later, he and his Christian emissaries invaded, destroyed, and pillaged Carthage and the temple of Tanit. Remember, that was the one we just read with Tiamat. These deliberate acts of sacrilege negate a century-old promise made by earlier Caesar to the Black goddess Diana, that Rome would never invade or destroy Carthage, nor to persecute her people. Ooh-wee. Dang. Oh boy. Dang. Curse that ass. Now that's a curse. That's a curse, y'all. That's when you curse a bitch right there. That's when you curse a motherfucker right there. When they go back on that word, on that promise. Okay. When they go on that promise, like these politicians, we should have been cursing they bitch asses. That's what we should have been doing. Cursing the motherfuckers. Because they didn't go and they didn't presidency and all of these bitches. They didn't go and do what they fucking promised in that campaign. That, see there? That's the part. That's the part. See? That's the part. That part right there. That's the part right there. However, under current Emperor Julian 361 to 63 CE, Constantine's nephew, he tried to maintain this promise and attempt to restore many of Black Diana's temples, but he only lived 2 years. The political process arguing they continued destruction or attempts to revive African religious customs and institutions. Ooh, boy, they got the curse on that ass. Ooh, they got the curse on that ass. I can just imagine they got the curse on that ass. They probably got hit with plagues and everything. They probably got hit with plagues and all kind of shit. That's it. Oh boy. No wonder they feel Big Mama return. No wonder they remember. Throughout Rome and her colonial territories shuffled back and forth in the Roman Senate for decades. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, hold up. Who is this? Wait a minute. 40 CE Roman something of Black Roman citizen carrying a religious offering. The level of persecution was such that many of the devotees of the civil and others suffered horribly under the imperial church in Rome. Most resorted to clandestine meetings in the underground something, I can't see, to honor their African ancestor deities and martyrs. Martyrs. Oh, wow. Y'all, this book is deep. Imperialism. Capitalism and imperialism. And colonization. This is history. You won't find this book in school, in the library, y'all. You won't find this. You Black folks won't find this in the school libraries, in the books, in bookstores, even though it needs to be, but y'all won't find it. Levitical Jews, just as the Muslim Arabs, both claim Abraham, whom was neither Arab nor Jew, as their divine ancestor. These Jews also claim that their Hebrew prophets parallel those of the Sybils. However, they do not answer why the Jews altered the prophecies of the Sybil made from their Omphae temple in Palestine, just to assure the Hegemony of their fire god. Hegemony. I'm probably fucking it up. Their fire god, Yahweh, Jehovah, over the Christian Jesus. They plagiarized and published, in particular, Sibylline books 3, 4, and 5, and widely circulated their own corrupt version of these sacred oracles in the name of Jehovah. Woo, y'all asses in trouble. Like, I don't know what. Oh my God. Oh my God. They is in trouble. They done plagiarized the shit. Wow. Guess y'all heard that. All right. It said, we are told by Higgins that the etymological root word of Jehovah, L-E-U-E or L-E-Y-E, had been deliberately disguised to conceal that it was an ancient praise word for Krishna. Y'all, I ain't fucking know that. Jehovah was a that monitoring thing, spirit, that and that. I didn't know Jehovah. Dang. Oh. The black Vishnu blue. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. The black Vishnu blue. That makes sense, y'all. Oh my God. Jehovah meant Krishna, the Krishna O'Hare. Oh my God. That's why y'all need to study different religions. That's why I study different religions. That's why I study different fucking religions, but I hadn't came across this one yet. So that was something new. Ooh, I done learned me something new. What time is it? Is it another day? Oh, it's the same day. Learned something new. Look at this. I got to put something new up here. Learned something new. Right there. I did not know that was another name for Krishna. They deliberately disguised it to conceal that it was an ancient phrase worship Krishna, i.e. Jah. Now I know Jehovah meant Jah, but I did not know it had any relation to Krishna. Vishnu. Wow. But they got Jah in here, so I knew that. J-H-A, because the Rastas say Jah. So I knew that. Rastafarians, Rastafari, okay? The Rasta brothers and sisters. Like, I knew that part, but that Krishna part got me right there, y'all. That shit got me just now. Oh, see why you need to read? See, but when you have diverse religions, and then when you read and stuff like this, like I know Vishnu, right? I knew that. I knew Jehovah, and I knew they abbreviated for Jah, but they just put Krishna in there. And we already was reading the black, damn, I forgot. The black something. When we was talking about the different gods. Krishna and somebody. Shit, I done forgot. I done been bouncing around this book, so. Yeah, here it is right here. Krishna and Buddha, the black Buddha and the black Krishna. See, I had no idea. Krishna was Jehovah. I gotta write that up here now. Jehovah and Jah, page 253. I can't make this shit up. Page 253 and refer to page 192. Y'all see that shit right there? Damn. Justice and virtue, earth, that was the savior, black Buddha or black Krishna, and it was Jah, Jehovah, which is, y'all ass is, no wonder our ancestors tearing this bitch up. No wonder. It's no wonder the ancestors tearing this shit up. And we need to let them. We need to let them have at this bitch and tear this motherfucker up. Look at the shit they done did. Jah is also a symbol atop the, I wish I knew this fucking word, Omfe temple of Delphi and welcome, wait a minute, and whose image was found in ancient temple ruins in Thebes. In other words, when this faction of Hebrews broke away from the divine African mother, told y'all we broke away from her. I told y'all that way back then. My nose itching. Told y'all, we betrayed the mother. That's why we down here in this hellhole. They deliberately disguised their ancestral connection to her and the Onis, Oannes, who have their ancient roots in actually Ethiopia, India. According to him, that Higgins guy, it was actually Krishna whom the Sybils are said to come after Buddha as the next incarnation of the sun god. I gotta read that again. Hold up. It was who? According to, this Higgins guy. Okay. I would say, I was like, the high priest didn't say that. Okay. According to that Higgins guy, according to Higgins, it was actually Krishna whom the Sybils are said to come after Buddha, are the next incarnation of the sun gods. But you know what? I gotta object because we already know they plagiarized that. And everything has to fit their timeline with all the missing papyries and the texts and stuff and what they took out and what they put back in, these lies that is just saying right here, which tells y'all then it's lies in the Bible. Because this would be definitely proof that they plagiarized the stuff, right? Because it said ecclesiastical play, right? Their theater, okay, of their theater scripts they put in there, they horrible killings they put in the Bible, right? So I couldn't trust what he said. There's no way I could trust what he said just then. Where did we first meet him at? We just read him over here. Where did we first met him? His name, was it Charles? It was Charles, what was his name? My nose itching. What was his name? Yeah, no, Godfrey. Godfrey, my ass. Look, how you gonna see? Yeah, justice and virtue. Godfrey claims. See, claims that these civil prophecies were actually referring to either the Black Buddha or Black Krishna, both who were actually born on the holy Grecian island of Dodona. And then right here, according to him, it was actually Krishna whom the Sybils are said to come after Buddha and the next incarnation of the sun gods. These Jews further altered the oracles and placed into mouths by their own prophecy. That's what I'm talking about. Proclaiming themselves as persecuted and chosen people, lying, for whom the divine African mother now changed to Yahweh, Jehovah, was referencing. Told you. I know that's a lie. See, that right there, that's exactly what they did. Right there. That's exactly what they did. Now, see, that's why I was saying I couldn't believe him, what he said right there. And you already said that they changed it. And then look what it came back and said. It's talking about those Levitical Jews, whatever that is, back in that time. Y'all, this, you can't, oh my gosh. This is something else. This is a big discrepancy. My nose itching. Frauds and heretics. They got Pope declares the age of apostle and prophecy over. All future African prophetess and prophets labeled frauds and heretics. Because they got to fix it up for their Bible. So that's how they started fixing it up and patching it and lying about it, because they had to do that right there and then start taking stuff from it and putting whatever they want to and proclaiming they are the chosen. No, no, no. Black people are the chosen. We already know that. Black and brown folks. We already know that part. But y'all see now how they doctored it up? See, if y'all don't never read what go on past outside that Bible, y'all do not have no right knowledge. Y'all don't have no right knowledge of what's going on and how that Bible came apart and came to be in every household in the goddamn country damn near. Y'all need to read. Y'all have to read, because you will not know if you don't pick up books and read. And it means it includes reading about us, because everything came after us, right? So you would have to read about us so you can patch it together, because the Bible don't want y'all to go back to our ancient Egypt and Nubia and all the other ones that I mentioned earlier. It wants y'all to just stay on that surface level and not go back behind it. Because if you go back behind it, you're going to have books like this in your possession, in your house, in here. You're going to know the truth. Not believe, you're going to know the truth. And I didn't write this book, but anywho. But now we can see why they scribbled up and messed up the Bibles. Now we can see why. They put patriarch around it. Now we can see why. So they can cover their ass. They wanted to cover their ass, that's all. But you gotta know, it's people out there gonna preserve our history. It's always gonna be somebody out there that's gonna be able to preserve our history. All right, that's a given. But that stuff there was so wrong on so many accounts. That was wrong on so many levels. Called us frauds. They were the biggest frauds it was. What the heck you talking about? It says, by the time African deities were, as a rule, referred to as the Christianized demons. What? A Greek word actually meaning spirit or familiar. More profoundly, what is being implied is the above is an admission to the biblical books claimed to have been written by Hebrew prophets may have actually been the prophecies of the Sybils. Y'all, this is deep. This is deep. They took the prophets of the Sybils and rewrote it as though they was like Nostradamus and all that shit that came from us. Y'all don't know how to put two and two together. I do. That came from us. That's what she's saying. I know what the hell she's saying. That means they didn't do shit. That means they didn't do shit. Do y'all understand me? That means they didn't do shit. That means that came from us. Nostradamus and all his motherfucking prophecies came from the Sybils. That's what the fuck that means. That's not rocket science, bitch. That's here on Earth. Okay? That's not rocket science. I ain't got to read nothing else. I ain't got to read shit else to know what the fuck they just did. Because they said earlier, they prophesied about everything. Everything. Empires, dynasties, political. Nostradamus stole Sybil shit. There you go. That I cracked that fucking code for y'all ass. KemArts did. Nobody else did. Told y'all this book dangerous in my hand, because I'm going to tear this bitch apart. Look, I'm going to tear this bitch apart. Look what they just said. By this time, African deities were, as a rule, referred to as Christianized demons. So that means all the luau's, all the, the ATR stuff, the MAMI waters, the Sybils, the da-da-da-da-da. Like, we're possessed. That's where they get the demon name from, right? That's when they started calling us demons, right? Y'all got to pay attention to what they're saying. A Greek word actually meaning spirit or familiar. More profoundly, what is being implied is the above is an admission, they admitting that the biblical books claim to have been written by Hebrew prophets ain't no may, take the damn may out of it. They are actually been the prophecies of the Sybils. Yeah, take the may out of it. Take the may out of it, bitch. Yeah, no, take the may out of it. I know she being like, look, no, take the may out of it. They were the Sybils prophecies. So Nostradamus is included in that shit. I could just take this whole goddamn piece of shit here and sling it across this goddamn room. Look, all those prophecies. Oh my gosh, all those prophecies. Somebody Google how old was Nostradamus? Like how old is Nostradamus? He ain't that old. Where'd that come from? Nostradamus. Where'd that come from? Nostradamus. Y'all still there? Y'all like him going off. See, look, I don't need to have book club at night. I'll be having late night studies, girl. I don't need to have book club at night, okay? Nostradamus. Who is this Nostro? Hold up. Let me get ChatGPT on this shit. When did Nostradamus start prophecies? What year? I spelled that wrong, but she picked it up. Okay, listen at this. It sounds like you're asking about Nostradamus. I am, but she couldn't hear me, so she spelled it wrong. Okay. The French astrologer and seer. Okay, see, I got a problem with that. Oh, yeah, I got a problem with that. Because you know why? You just said fraud and rhetoric with the Sybils. But yet y'all believe in Nostradamus. Okay, let's come with me, because I'm going to show y'all how to use ChatGPT, motherfuckers. Look at here. He began publishing his prophecies in 1555. 1555, bitch. We was way before that shit. Just like I said, we was way before that shit. And the first edition of Las Prophecies collection of 942 poetic quatrains, whatever the hell that is, that many believe foretold future events. Lie, and a motherfucking lie. Earlier in his career, he had been known mainly as a physician during plague outbreaks, but around early 1550s, he turned more fully toward astrology and prophecy. Would you like me to also give a timeline of when he started writing versus when he first published his prophecies? Yes, please, and thank you. I don't know how to make this damn thing talk, y'all. Early 15s, yep. She just outlined everything for me. Look at her. She's so good. She's so damn good. Timeline of Nostradamus and his prophecies, early 1550s. When did it say we was back here at 200 and something? C.E. So he got hold to them prophecies. He got hold to all those civil prophecies, and he started writing them as though they were his, y'all. Y'all ain't nothing but some goddamn lying ass thieves. Give me this damn phone. And I'm finna write this shit in here too. Nostradamus, whatever this hell, that's where he got it. Stole it. Right there. From the Sybils. Prophecies. Y'all got that from me. Remember that. Now. Ugh, told you I'm gonna break this shit all the way fucking down. I know how to connect dots. Shit don't even make sense. Y'all gotta read with an open mind and an open heart, so spirit will give y'all the correction of what people be writing. Oh, let me put 1500. So see, he was only around 1500, 1555 is when he started making those 1550 to 1555 is when Nostradamus started making those prophecies. So he had to get them all from there because he always talk about end times and world times events, and it already said that that's what the Sybil did. We counseled on those events and stuff, you know, huh? You said the guidebook by Siri is a woman. She knows it all. Look, shit, yo, this book is fire. This book is fire. But with my mind, girl, it's burning like triple goddamn fire. Goddamn it, this bitch turned up on 9 with me in this motherfucker. Goodness grief. This here, over time, being aware of monumental, I done wrote over something, tasks and their impossibilities of removing all traces of civil from written history, the Jews in attempting to disguise the African pagan heathen origin of the civil, delineated them as being of Aryan descent and of the Zoroastrian order, the Zoroastrian, oh shit, Zoroastian order, like the Rastafarian order, but the Zoroastrian order. So they tried to, they delineated us from being from the Persian Aryan descent and of the Zoroastrian order. Oh my God. Oh boy. And there that word heathen, and there that damn word, where that demon word at? Where did I just see that word at? Oh, wait a minute. Where did I just see the word at? I just saw the damn word. Oh, right here. Demon. So those are the 2 words they call us. Even in the Book of Mormons, they call black people heathens or demons or something, right? Demonic. And heathens, we're considered heathenists, all right? Bad in the Mormon book. I used to have a Mormon book, religion book I got from Half Price Books over 10 years ago. All right, I used to see it in nursing all the time when I was in long term. I had a couple of Mormon patients, and I used to see it. So when I got up this way, when I was doing all that research, when I came into spirituality, I started getting all those books. Like I told y'all, I had the Albert Pike Mason degree book, and then I ran across that Mormon book. I bought that. I looked in it, and then after I got done with them, I went and turned them back in because I didn't want to keep them. But I looked at them and looked in them, right? Because I always wanted to know what was in those Mormon books, right? That's the people that knock on your door, right? Like Jehovah's Witnesses, right? So again, And so I bought them, and that's why I say, y'all, it's really good to read different religions, and then go take it back and then put our African history on there, and then you'll see where everything come together at. So y'all missing it because you know why y'all missing it? Y'all are missing it because y'all are missing us in it. And that's why y'all are missing it. And y'all don't want to know about us, the black man or the black woman, half of y'all. But that's why y'all religions are incomplete, because y'all are missing our part, our stories, her story, right? And the first father of civilization and the first mother of civilization stories. That's why y'all can't put the shit together. But you can see how I just put the shit together, right? But if you don't go back behind those Bibles, all of them, you won't have, okay, if you don't get the different Bibles, period, and then kind of read and see what's in them, or see if, you know, you can pick up on if it's a similar theme, which it is, right? Get rid of the woman and put the man in there. That's pretty much all of them, okay? That's pretty much, no goddess, just a god. That's it, all right? And so when you go back behind, like with a book like this, then you will see where they got all that stuff from. Then it'll make sense. They tried to obliterate her existence. They tried to wipe her ass out. No, you cannot be the chosen people, Jewish Leviticus, because you're not the mother of civilization. Black woman is the mother of civilization. So there is no way in West crooked ass hell you the chosen one. Because that means you will be the mother and you're not the mother. So that is incorrect. So now y'all see how that is incorrect? Y'all see how you put that shit together? How are you the chosen, but you're not the mother? You're not the mother of civilization. You didn't give birth to all races. So how are you the chosen? You see how if y'all don't read and dissect shit, you will pick up and read shit and run with it and be totally off, totally wrong from the get-go. Doesn't make no sense. And we just on 2 pages and I done got all of that. No, no, no. I need to put a big ass no on this damn page. I need, matter of fact, shit, no, fuck it. No, that's a no, bitch. No, that's not true. That is not true. No, that's not true. Because there's no way you can be the no. But see, we wouldn't, if you wouldn't get the books, the ancient books, and those that preserved our heritage and our culture and whatever we used to do back then, we wouldn't know it. We would still be lost today going along with that fuckery. I'm just, look, this Nostradamus ass joker here done got all this shit from us and thinking he telling the end of the world and everybody buying it. And like I said, they take our shit, rewrite it and plagiarize it and then sell back what they want us to believe. And that's how they flip the shit. That's why we was telling y'all, everything you got, you know, over here, change it, flip it, guaranteed, flip it. You see how it makes sense now? That's why it makes sense now. Now, I don't know about that Krishna thing, though. And like I said, anything but black. But guess what? Krishna, Vishnu Krishna in a Hindu temple is pitch black. It's a black figurine. It's a black figurine with a black face. Probably not in the ones up this way, but the ones downtown Dallas, they're black. So they have them all colored black, just so y'all know. But again, that's India, right? That's in India, right? Krishna O'Hare, Krishna, right? Yeah, I can't buy Joffrey Higgins either. I can't buy what he said either. You know, I cannot buy what Joffrey Higgins said either in this book. But that's what she's just writing. I guess from her research, this is what this person said, this Joffrey Higgins. But yeah, I can't, yeah. The Krishna O'Hare being the next incarnation of God. So this was a long time ago, I get. Let me look at when this book was written. I need to look. Because that would make sense that she said that. Mama ZOGBÉ. When this book was published? Hell, I can't even see. When this book was published? Copyright 2007. So this was a third edition. Third edition 2007. So it ain't been long. So that would explain that too. But because this ain't been long. But yeah, we ain't doing that. Let me move on. I just scribbled all no on that damn thing. But evangelistic fever in search of the African heathens. What? Y'all. Ooh, y'all cracking me up. They said evangelistic fever in search of the African heathens. Ooh, Lord. Ooh. What time is it? It's time for us to go to bed yet? 10:18. We've been reading for 2 hours now, almost. Shit. Ooh, goodness gracious. Okay, let's see what this say. I can't see. Oh God, y'all, my eyeballs. That's talking about the Christian. I said if you Christian or you a Bible thumper and you sacro-religious and you holier than thou, or you can't do no wrong and neither can your religion, you might not want to be on this book club. That's my disclaimer and I'm sticking to it. All right. It is for educational purposes only, entertainment purposes only. But if you sensitive to religion, this book goes into the African ancestry and all the way up through the religions and how they came about and where they got all these what do you call prophetess events, you know, world end time events that y'all got in Revelations and throughout the Bible. They came from us. Like, that's literally what she's saying. That's literally what she's saying throughout this whole book. Because this whole page right here talks about Christianity, Divine Mother, Christians, Christ, Christ, and yeah, Zosta. Let me look this damn word up. Let me see what this really means here. What is, how y'all make this bitch talk? I can't make this bitch talk yet, and I've been waiting on her to talk. ZOROASTER. Philosophy. Question mark. Send. Oh, let me press it. What is, okay, great question. Also called Zara Ross. Oh, it's got a whole nother name. Y'all hold up. Let's bag the train up here. Right there. ZARATHUSTRA. Okay, Zarathustra. Zarathustra, that's Persian. Was a Persian prophet and spiritual teacher who founded Zoroastrianism. And my light just went off. Confirmation. Light just went off. One of the world's oldest known religion, His philosophy influenced Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and even Western mysticism. Here's the essence of it. Y'all, this here gonna fuck y'all up. Oh my God. So a man founded this. Okay, so Sybils, so now go back. Go back where I wrote that big old ass no on here. Okay. See, in attempting to dialogue the African pagan heathens' origin of the Sybils, delineated them as being a Persian Aryan descent and of the Zoroastrian order, but that's a man order. And then it says Muslim, Judaism, and Christian. So we back at that shit. Yeah, so that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Christian, heaven, hell, angels versus demons, final judgment. It says, okay, let me go back up here. The Zoroastrian philosophy lived by truth. How you gonna take out stuff out of the Bible and then gonna talk about live by truth? Choose good over evil, honor creation, and align yourself with Ahura, A-H-U-R-A, Mazda, M-A, these must be Muslim names or something, M-A-Z-D-A, through good thoughts, words, and deeds. In a summary of one line: judgment, afterlife, sacredness and creation, good thoughts, good words, good deeds, and Asha, A-S-H-A, truth, order, righteousness, and free will and moral choice. Well, what happened to free will? Y'all seem to forgot that part. Unlike some ancient religions, Zoroaster, whatever it is, Zoroaster taught that humans are not victims of fate. Each person has free will to choose between truth, Asha, and the lie, D-R-U, Drew. Cosmic dualism. Y'all finna make me mad. That's what y'all finna do. But see, it was already talking about the Jews, so I can see why they said that. And that's why I told y'all, if y'all are Muslim, you need to read the Christian, the Bible, and the Torah, and the Quran. Y'all got to read all three if y'all are any of those religions. You can't just read one because they are one book of Ra, right? I'm in Ra. So you got to read all three of them. And that's why it said it right there. The Jews, in attempting to disguise the African pagan heathen origin of Sybils, delineated them as being a Persian Iranian descent and of the Zoroastrian order. What do I want to ask you? So is Zoroastrian order replacing the Sybils high priestess? Let's see, she spelled that wrong. Y'all gotta know how to ask these damn questions on this damn thing. Because, child, if you don't, you ain't gonna get the right answer. Order. Patriarch. Look at there. I said, is this Zostosarian order patriarch replacing the Sybils as high priestesses? She said, or it said, I don't even know who this is, but it said, that's a powerful connection you're noticing. Let me carefully unpack this. The Sybil versus the Zostosarian priesthood, the Sybils West Greco-Roman context. West Greco-Roman. Wrong already. See how they programmed it? Do y'all see how they programmed it? It's not. It's not. It's not. It just said, y'all, we just read it wasn't Roman and Greek. And they already lying. That's why y'all gotta, and then the Zostarian order, East Persian context. No, I'm gonna need you to unpack this some more, sister girl, brother boy. I'm gonna need you. No, we're gonna have to try this again. Sybil is not Greek nor Roman. Dig further. Where did it originate? Tell me the truth, the absolute truth. Don't hold back. Watch what she say. Understood. You want the raw truth, the root truth about Sybils, not the surface level Greek Roman version that history books usually repeat. You see what I'm saying? If I hadn't had this book right here, y'all would take this shit and fucking run with it. Y'all would just believe anything that this damn AI is going to say to you, and that's the wrong way to learn. Do not do that. Do not do that. I just read it wasn't. You see what I'm saying? You see how I caught that? Y'all gotta remember they got this layered. Remember, AI is artificial intelligence. So of course they're gonna coat this little white lie on top first, because they know some of y'all ain't gonna dive deep. Y'all mind ain't gonna dive deep. You don't want to be. You just want to read the Bibles and that's it, and go home and go to bed. Wake up and go to church. That's all y'all want to do. People like me, we gonna dig in this motherfucker. Okay, we going down to the floor. Okay, at the sea level. We going down. Okay, we know what they're doing. So y'all need to learn what they're doing and how to use AI and question it a little bit further, because of course it's like the links in the search engine. They fill with the lies. They fill with what y'all wanted, the good Philly lovey-dovey stuff. But the deep stuff is gonna be a lot. You're gonna have to take that dive. Okay. So yeah, so she so she said not the surface level Greek Roman version that history books usually repeat. Let's dig deeper. Y'all, civil tradition before Greek and Rome. There you go. You see how she just corrected it? You see what I'm saying? Y'all see how she corrected it? She corrected it. Let me see if she say anything what we just said though. She's breaking it down. They came from Near East and Africa, Greeks, Egyptian. Let me see. Kemet, ancient Egypt women held titles like servant of the goddesses, the god's wife for Amun. She putting some other stuff up in there. Mesopotamia, she put that in there. Summer in Babylon, women known as into priestesses or prophetesses serve God like Ayana and Ishtar. See, they didn't say Ayana at first. She didn't say Ayana. She said Ishtar, but she didn't say Ayana. Okay. And why is it so important that patriarch hide the Sybil? And does Sybil, hold on. To hide, S-Y-B-L-E. And did Nostradamus get his prophecies from the Sybil and tell me the absolute truth, because I see some similarities here. Question mark. Go for it, girl. Go for it. Go for it. She said, you're seeing something very real. Let's go all the way in. I told y'all. That bitch said, you seeing something? She said, wait a minute. Why is patriarch hiding the Sybils? Okay, I'm gonna skip that. I'm gonna go back and leave that. Did Nostradamus draw from the Sybils? You're right. They are deeps. Y'all, I told y'all ass he did. He got it from her. She said they are similar. She said they are deep similarities. The style of prophecy, the coded writings, the transmission of ancient wisdom. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. You can't tell me I didn't catch that bitch. You can't fucking tell me I didn't catch that bitch. I grabbed that motherfucker back. Get your ass back here, bitch. That ain't your writings. That ain't your writings, motherfucker. That is not your writings. I snatched his ass right up out the page, didn't I? I snatched his ass right up off that goddamn page. I said, this shit sound like Nostradamus all the goddamn way. All the way. Stole the goddamn prophecies of the Sybils. She said there's a deep similarity. Oh no, it is a similarity. It is a similarity. Come on now. Oh boy. She said the transmission of the ancient wisdom, many scholars admit he borrowed from old traditions, including biblical prophets, astrology, and possibly Sibylline fragments. Time to go to bed. I wrapped that bitch up and bow tied that motherfucker and put it under the goddamn Christmas tree for y'all ass. Goddamn right. Can't fucking get by me with that bullshit. Can't get by me, bitch. I'm a real Sybil. I'm a real goddamn high priestess. I ain't no fucking fakey motherfucker. These ones out here, they can't even put two and two together out there like that. I'm a real one, goddammit. I don't just do cards. That ain't what I fucking do. This is what I fucking do here. That is just something there, okay? That's just there, okay? Because that's where y'all at. But this shit, this my shit right here. The code, motherfucker. Crack a code in a minute. Crack these motherfuckers. Look, my God, y'all. Ain't that some shit? Damn. That is, it says Zosarian, but it was Zara. Z-O-R-O, but it's Z-A-R-A. Like I see something there. I could decode that, but I'm gonna leave that alone. That's another day. That's another day. I saw something there. That's another day. That's another day. Boy, that was the most exciting page ever that I done read in the whole book. Ooh, child, let me put this blue on him. Because that was the most exciting page right there. Dang. We got to come back here. It said, nonetheless, though the Jews and Christians were feuding rivals, it was in both of their interests to suppress the prophetic power, influence, and worship of the divine African mother. Did you hear what I said? They feuding, but they both together on suppressing the divine feminine mother. Y'all betrayed the mother. That's what y'all did. I'm going to tell you about yourself. That's exactly what y'all did. Like I said, some of the daughters went with the sons that betrayed the mother. And there it is right there. The great betrayal. I need to call it that. The great betrayal. Because that's exactly what it is. There it is. They rivals, but they both betrayed to suppress the divine mother, the ancient mother, the primordial mother. Now, why would you do that if you're the chosen one? Okay, I'm gonna say that again. So if you were the chosen one, why would you do that? Why would you suppress the one that birthed you? Doesn't make sense, does it? Still doesn't make sense. So if you were the first, why would you suppress the divine African mother? Child, look at him. Look at him. Y'all. Boy, good gracious alive. It says the patriarch, in plain truth, the patriarch hid the Sybils because she represented unmediated divine authority. A woman's voice carries cosmic truth without approval from men. Nostradamus' fame, Nostradamus' fame may actually rest on echoes of the Sibylline tradition, but history credits him while silencing her. Told y'all that was a bitch. Get this book. Get this thing. Go to bed. Go to bed. Kem Arts just cracked the code, y'all. I just cracked the code. Right there on that page, right there. 252 and 253 angel number. Right there. Just cracked y'all code for y'all. A lot of people got this book and they never saw that. They never saw that. That's what you call the divine mother right there. That's the divine mother. A lot of people got this book, read this book 1,000 times. They don't even put that together. And I just picked the damn book up. Just picked it up and cracked it. Told y'all this, I tear this book up. I been scribbled all over these damn pages. This book gonna be towed up by the time I get to this book. Oh my gosh. This thing gonna be towed up. When you put it together with your other knowledge that you got, your mind is open, you're gonna see it. There's no way you're not gonna see it. My pen is, oh, that's that marker or that pen. There's no way you're not gonna see it. Oh, that's what I was looking for. Oh, I done moved my marker. Oh, here's one. We'll do this one. Even better. Okay. It says, as final acts of hypocrisy in their corrupt books, they both placed in the mouth of the Sybils proclamation speaking against adultery, serpent worship, initiation, polytheism, divination, sacrifice, astrology, and astronomy. Okay, so now what they said about the Christians and the Jews being rivals, and both of them came together to suppress the divine mother, and how they did it is everything that we do now, they wrote in the Bibles not to do it. Everything that make us Sybils today and give guidance to our cultures, to our men, or to our empires, or to our villages, or whatever, right? They put in adultery, serpent worship, initiations, polytheism, divination, sacrifice, astrology, and astronomy. So that's how they got it out. That's how they put it in the Bibles and washed her out of there. That's how they betrayed the Divine Mother. They put all the things that, and then plus, yeah, voodoo and hoodoo and all that, yes. And then they put it in there so everybody would just go, no, we can't do that. No, we can't do that. We ain't supposed, and that's how they control. And that's exactly what they do when they troll. But they don't have this book right here because they will be severely paralyzed and depressed when they get done with this book right here. So they don't have this book, y'all. Right? Wow. It's, in other words, the Sybils were now preaching against the very source of their own divine authority. Going against our gifts. We were putting down our gifts. We were lowering ourselves. We were lowering ourselves to fit into these religious books and this patriarchal system. Do y'all understand what we were doing? I need y'all to understand what we were doing. We were lowering ourselves and our gifts to fit into a society that didn't even want us to be there in the first place and wrote us up out of it. So I need y'all to understand that. Okay? Shit's deep. Okay, and then it says, moreover, wait a minute. And then it says, where am I at? I lost myself. Moreover, they were contradicting. Told y'all they contradict themselves. All of the tenets and ritualistic functions of African and Chaldean religions, for which neither the Jews nor the Roman Church possessed any ecclesiastical authority, esoteric power, nor favor with the African deities. So in other words, that's why they said in voodoo, y'all not supposed to do that, because you can fuck yourself up with that, because you don't have no favor with those deities. They don't acknowledge y'all. You don't have power. You don't have the esoteric knowledge to even consult with these deities, right? With these in an authoritative way, like permission or initiation and divination and stuff. So you get what they're saying? Okay, yeah, that part. You get what I'm saying? So they made themselves believe that they can go to these what did they call them? These African deities. Like, that's like, okay, I don't even know how to say this. That's like, okay, I'm gonna have to just say it like this. How can I say this? Don't get offended, y'all. I'm trying to explain what they just said down here. That's like y'all letting people in Ifa that don't need to be in Ifa. That's like y'all letting people in voodoo that don't need to be in voodoo. You got what I'm saying? Y'all got what I'm saying? Because that's a closed practice. So you're letting somebody of another race come in and practice, and they don't have no authority to talk to your deities. So you get what I'm saying? So that would be an absolute no. That would be an absolute no. That would be an absolute no. Because they're not on that level. Y'all got to understand, they're not on that level. It's a reason behind that. They're not on that level. And they can't get up to that level either. So it is as cruel as it sounds, but as correct as it sounds and righteous as it sounds, that's exactly what it is, though. That's exactly what it is. All right. So again, I'm going to have to go ahead and knock that one out of there because that's spamming. All right. And again, so now y'all get it. It says, for which neither Jew or the Roman Church possessed any ecclesiastical authority, esoteric power, nor favor with the African deities. The church fathers did not stop there in their revisionist fervor to justify the abrupt absence of no future civil prophecies, since the death of Christ, these church fathers simply placed in the mouth of the, I don't even know what that is, something Sybil, European Sybil, the following proclamation. Okay, I ain't gonna read that, but anyway. Okay, in other words, it was now time to suppress any further prophecies, prophetic renderings, for he, Christ, has already come and gone. And wait a minute, hold up. And, okay, so they put, this is where they, okay. In other words, it was now time to suppress any further prophetic renderings for the Christ, for he, Christ, has already come and gone, and it had already been written that he would rise again. It was also time for the church fathers to create a separate and entirely different mythos for their version of this Christ. And albeit lifted whole cloth from the Egyptian mythos of Osiris. Still got it from Egypt. Still got it from Egypt. And we said all this stuff. If y'all read history, ancient Egypt, you would know all this stuff. So they still copied it from ancient Egypt, but put it in their own context, their own mythology, right? And what they wanted to happen. Albeit lifted whole cloth from the Egyptian mythos of Osiris. I can't make this up. This is a really good book. Let's see what about the African birth here. Let me see if I can skip without reading this right here. The African and others rejected wholesale the naive notion of a virgin birth, an only begotten son, and an actual resurrection of the flesh, recognizing these as allegorical references to their tradition, sacrificial ceremonies of the sacred kings. So, okay, so since y'all, now I'm finna bust y'all upside the meat chop, upside the head, since y'all think that that we're witches and stuff. Did you just hear that word ceremony? Did you just hear the word ceremony? I know, I'm country a little bit, but did y'all just hear the word ceremony right there? What are ceremonies? Ceremonies are held on a certain day. Communion, first and third Sunday. That's a ceremony. That's a ceremony, right? Or a special day. Easter, Christmas, Passover, Easter. So you just heard them. Y'all talk about y'all ain't got witchcraft in that Bible, and you just said ceremony. You just said ceremony. Christian and Jews make it make sense about a virgin birth. You got Christmas you celebrate. You got Passover. You got Sunday. You got what else? What else they be? I don't even forgot. They got so much. New Year's. When it's dealing with a certain date that you do something, that's a ceremony. Ritual is everything you do every day. Ritual, you can do something every day. That's ritualistic. That's religion. That's religion. Practicing religion, right? Ceremonial, you pick a day. Pastoral day. Offering and tithe day. Communion, first and third Sunday. Those are ceremonies. Breaking bread, eating a cracker, and drinking some juice. That is a ceremony of you eating flesh and blood of who? Of what? Y'all don't even know what you're eating. Oh my God. My nose itching. So you can't tell me witchcraft is not in that Bible when I just broke it down. It's in the Bible. There's another fact for y'all. There you go. Another fact. Kim done bust them upside the head. All right. Done broke that shit down for y'all ass too. Okay. Ceremony. First and third communion. Who you communion with? Who? A bunch of spirits? A bunch of invisible ghosts? Who? Wait a minute. Who y'all communion with? Huh? Who y'all communion with? Man. Y'all get that right there? Recognizing these as allegorical references to their traditional sacrificial ceremonies of the sacred kings. Now, I ain't gonna break that down no more, but now I think y'all know where I'm coming from. Ooh, man. A deliberate, well-organized campaign began to discredit and persecute and to suppress any future utterance and divine powers or reactionary efforts on the part of the civil and African priests who would not submit to the new church doctrine. The church, in their convoluted attempt to have it both ways, monopolize. So I thought monopoly was against the law here in the USA. You couldn't monopolize in a business. So there you go, another lie illusion right here. Because nobody's supposed to have a monopoly, but the church just admitted that the church is a monopoly. Monopolized the writings and history of the Sybil, meaning they monetized. They profited off of it. And didn't pay our ancestors a motherfucking thing. All right. Copied it, plagiarized it, lied about it. It says history of the Sybils as white. So they painted them as white, but cursed them in public as witches and demons. Boy. These y'all peoples. Wow. I gotta read this again. The church, in their convoluted attempt to have it both ways, monopolized the writings and history of the Sybils as white, but cursed them in public as witches and demons. Boy. This was done deliberately, y'all. They did this deliberately, on purpose, intentionally. It was no mistake. They planned it. Enslaved, persecuted priestess in Rome. This is a picture. Got the Old Testament right there. Christ again right there. What became of the Sybils? The final fall and desperation. Efforts in a final effort to blot out all traces of the ancient African matriarchs and later the patriarchs' undeniable presence and influence in the ancient world, one of the most egregious historical lies disseminated by the imperial church in Rome and continued unchallenged by present-day Western historians, is their unproved claim that all of the descendants of the ancient Black Egyptian Pharagons, what was this? Phoenicians, what was that? Canaanites, and Syrians, including their culture, religion, and their language, are now completely extinct. Western historians erroneously assent that these major African claim no left remote trace of themselves neither in Africa nor anywhere else in the world. These holy there. You got doggone right there again. Yup, y'all. Oh, there's the transatlantic voyage right there. Okay, we can come back on that the next time. That must be the slave trade. When we finna get into the slave trade. New Rome, New World. According to St. Augustine, it was Rome to whom the Sybils referred as the true whore of Babylon. In one final prophecy believed yet to be fulfilled, the Sybils declare, ooh, oh, the great whore of Babylon. Ooh, St. Augustine. It was St. Augustine. Dang, according to St. Augustine, it was Rome. According to St. Augustine, it was Rome to whom the Sybils referred as the true whore of Babylon. Dang. In one final prophecy believed, yes, yet to be fulfilled, the Sybils declare. Okay, this is what they declare. Let me see if I can read this, y'all. Okay. I gotta go over here because it's small. A great mischief shall befall Europe from the breed of Saturn and the offspring of a spirituous servant, and they shall conquer strong Babylon and win of all the countries which the sun shines on, she has been called queen. She shall be destroyed by extraordinary ruin and shall not give laws to her wandering posterity offspring. Ooh. Well, I'm gonna have to sit with that one. Ooh, I gotta break that one down. That my head spinning on that one. What? Oh boy, that was deep. Boy, was that prophetic. That was poetically prophetic. Considering today's political climate, one could speculate much from this and not render too far off target. However, what is most important here for the African diaspora as the benefactor of the divine seed of their gods and ancestors is that whatever bellies the fate of the world, in spite of how Western biblical prophecies has been perverted and corrupted to disguise or exclude African people and others, it is important for them to reconnect back to their own divine self with the utmost expediency. What have I been saying? In source, not outsource, the whole time. Connect back to y'all self. It's time for us to connect back to ourself. In source, where our source is, within us, not outside of us. And expediency, like quickly, expeditiously, okay? By removing the antiquated shackles of mental slavery and accompanying psychological fear and ignorance, only then will they begin the important work of restoring the dignity and the respect of their African spirits and ancestors that are cosmos and biogenetically linked to them. Oh my goodness. And they got y'all thinking your ancestors dead, but that's y'all running around here lost. They got y'all thinking they dead instead of inside you, so that you don't connect back to them. You heard what she just said. Accomplish this, okay, accomplishing this could prove not only beneficial to the world at large, but also might be the greatest cultural, political, confirmation and spiritual triumph of all time. Y'all got to get back to y'allself. That's what it is. Y'all got to get back to y'allself. In source, not outsource. KAULWO. In source, not outsource. Get back to yourself. Wow. That was deep. I got to get that. I put that yellow marker over there. Dang, I need that yellow one so I can see it. I ain't going to be able to see it with this green. Ooh, but that was deep, girl. My poetic ears went. Oh boy, my poetic ears went standing up. Oh boy, let me put something on here so I can come back to this. My ears went to standing up on that one. All right, oh boy, it's little right, and I can't see this. You need bifocals with this. The notes. Ooh, look at all the notes. Black Chaldeans, the world's first master astronomer. Look at this. Look at this, y'all. The world's first master astronomer. Y'all, we had this shit on lock. The Sybils doing the Sybils thing, the astronomer and astronomers and astrologers doing their thing. We all had our own avenue. You didn't have to. You went to the Sybils for the Sybil stuff, right? But astrology, if they did do astrology, that's fine. But we had our own whole system going on here, y'all. What the hell is wrong with us today? This shit don't make no sense. We had our own stuff going on, functioning very well. Civil queen mothers in ancient history. That's some pictures of them. Ooh-wee. No, he didn't. Romanized Sybil on Pope's tomb. That's why they say he bows down to the Black Madonna in private. But we were calling her Black Diana in here, the Black Diana, and he calls it a Black Madonna. But it's, you know, similar. It's the same pretty much. They just renamed it. But, and in this Romatized one, this one got one of them on their tomb right here. Romatized Sybil on the tomb of a pope. See it? So again, if we wasn't important, why would they be walking around putting our stuff over their stuff? Because they know they messed up. They know they fucked up. That's why. They know they messed up. Delphi Silver on Sistine Chapel. Thank you for this book club. Thank you, sweetie. Appreciate y'all. Y'all got to excuse me. I get hot when I see the lie. I can't stand the lie bullshit. I can't stand it. It irritates the shit out of me. So I don't like lie. I hate the fuck the lies, the shit. I hate it. I hate it because there's no reason for it. We deserve to know our history and our truth. And it's just, it's fuckery. It's fuckery. That's why you don't believe everything y'all read and y'all see. And that's why y'all read other books, so you can put the information together and you'll be able to pick out what you need for your learning. Now, what y'all learn here, when y'all will go somewhere else and y'all will pick up another book, you're going to come back to this. You're going to be like, oh, that's that book. It went right in with that book KemArts Book Club had, that Sybil book. You're going to be able to put it together with other stuff. Even if people just mention, just how I just did it. They mention a little bit. So you ain't got to mention but a little for me. I know how to put the shit together. I know how to connect the dots. So, but y'all got to get to that level to where when they trying to just, you know, be so vague about the information between us and them, and then you be able to, oh no, this is clearly theft. This is clearly thievery. All right, clearly thievery. You'll be able to put it together, but you can't be afraid of knowledge. You can't be afraid to get it. You can't be afraid to study it. So when you do see something somewhere else in another book or in a magazine or something, you'll know when they lying because of this book. You gonna be like, oh no, they lying. We already. And this, like I said, if this is the first book for you, it's kind of hard to, you know, gauge because you ain't had other books to kind of bag it up. So it's like you taking this and running with it almost, if you get what I mean. But I don't want y'all to do that. I want y'all to get other books. And then when you come back and put it together with multiple books, then you can kind of see the similarities in the different books. You know, the same things in the different books, or what stands out in those different books that wasn't in another book, right? Don't just take it and run with it. But for a first book, this was well advanced for some of y'all that stayed or that's still here. This was pretty deep. This definitely was pretty deep. The ancestral holy herb of the Sybils. Woo. Dauphiny tree. Dauphiny tree. The Dauphiny tree. I probably pronounced that wrong too. Oh, a Sybil representing the 4 seasons in ancient Rome. Look at this. North, south, east, and west. Look at this. Representing the 4 seasons in ancient Rome. This diagram right here. North, south, east, and west. Look at this right here. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. I just saw something and I just can't even make this shit up. I can't. European motifs of silver priestesses. Look at the motifs. Look like Medusa almost. Look at this. Like literally the motifs. Ooh. European motif of silver prophetess. Christian motif of Saint Michael murdering the black silver prophetess. Now, why they got to put that picture with Archangel Michael doing that? Archangel Michael don't be doing that. Look at it. Look at the knife. Look at the Saint Michael. I don't know if that's Archangel Michael or that's Saint Michael. But look at the motif. So again, Sybil doll burned in Rome. So they burnt a doll. Whoopie. Oh, buried. Oh, Sybil doll buried in Rome. Black Sybil Europeanized and concealed as Christians. Ooh, child. Black Sybils. This is when he said they call them white and they demonized them in private. They black Sybils, but they was coined white, but they're actually black. Black priestesses, right? Wow. Black Sybils Europeanized and concealed as Christians. Oh, I'm sorry, as Christians, not white. So black Sybils Europeanized and concealed as Christians. Wow. Sybil sorceress. Oh, this book finna get good. Hold up, let me put something right there. Oh, let me get something right there. Let me get something right there. Let me put it to the side. I want to see that about that sorceress. Oh, I want to see that about that sorceress. Bat Sybil. It says, an ancient African tradition of calling up the dead. Look at this. Bat. Look at there. Look at the bat hair. The ancient tradition of calling up the dead. A bat. And then it says civil sorceress. We're going to get on that one. We're going to have to get on that one, y'all. Wow. The unholy African mother, the Papal wars against MAMI Isis, and the mystical power of African women. Y'all, I can't even make this up. 1500 to the 1600s. Oh, that's going to be a good chapter right there. Mommy water in the New World. Blaming the voodoo. Ah, that's going to be a good one too. Blaming the voodoo right here. Hold up. Let me get Hold up. Let me get them. Let me get them. Let me get them. Let me get these markers up in here. Okay. Voodoo. Oh, I gotta read this one. I got to read this one. I got to read this one. Y'all, listen up to this one. Voodoo, remember, is the closed practice. Hoodoo, anybody can do, right? Conjure, anybody could do, because conjure is not a religion, okay? Voodoo is a closed practice for black folks, African black folks, right? People black and brown of us, right? It says, what did it say? What did I say? Hold up. I done put the green on it. Oh, blaming. That's what it said. I forgot what that first word was saying. Blaming the voodoo and all African spiritual traditions as primary culprits for Africa's and diaspora economic and social woes is an old worn colonial tactic mastered by the church, supported and reinforced by Western pseudo rationalist philosophy and racist propaganda. Its primarily and ultimate goal is to spiritually disempower Africans by culturally and theologically preventing their religion and to discourage their mass appeal to outsiders anywhere in the New World. But they want y'all to be brainwashed with their lie. But they don't want you to be brainwashed with the truth. Y'all see that? They want y'all to be brainwashed with the lie, with their lie, with the lies they done told thus far that I pointed out in this book. But they don't want y'all to be brainwashed with the truth, with knowing the truth. Because that's too much like right. That's too much like righteousness, right? That is too much like righteousness. Let me get my marker. That is too much like righteousness, if you ask me. That is crazy. But they want to teach y'all a lie and to believe in a lie and then think that shit finna fly. Oh, I gotta go up some more. Here's voodoo again. This stereotype racist Euro model of African spirituality serves not only as justify Africans of this diaspora oppression and underrepresentation in the global and political markets, but more importantly, it serves to obscure the ecclesiastical origin of the papacy, and those of the Virgin Civil. Even today, those African nations who continue to resist conversion will suffer the same fate as Togo, Benin, and Haiti, who dare defy voodoo as their national religion. Okay. Well, the Haiti won the French Revolution, so I don't think they want to fuck with them no more. All right, Haiti is what it is. Not Haiti, Haiti. All right, and it says, as their national religion, it says some suspect this defiant act of ancestral and dephilic respect may have even cost former presidents of Haiti ostracize his presidency. Okay. This book here. Y'all, it's a lot we gotta learn. I know that. It's not even that we gotta learn, it's a lot we gotta remember. It ain't even really about learning, it's about you remembering it. And they don't want y'all to remember. They don't want us to remember. We're not supposed to remember, according to them. But we're set to remember, though. See, that's the difference with our Creator. You think that our Creator would leave us in the hands of somebody that didn't want us to remember to control that? No, our Creator wouldn't do that. They can't stop. In other words, they can't stop us awakening because our Creator didn't leave it in their hands to control our awakening. And that's why they can't stop it, because that go to show you they're not our Creator. You get it, you get it. If you don't, oh well. But that's why they ain't got no control. Don't you think if they had control over y'all awakening, they would stop people from awakening? But they can't stop people from awakening. So that's proof that they don't have no control over our awakening. That proof that they're not our God. They're not our Creator. They're not our source. If you don't see that, I can't help you. You're in the wrong classroom. This is advanced tonight, okay? This is advanced reading. My third eye blinking. This is advanced tonight. So if you can't understand that, that has nothing to do with me. Okay? Because if somebody is your creator, that means they can control everything about you. That means they do everything. They make you, they tell, you know, they can stop your awakening. They can wake you up. They can't stop that because it's not in them to stop that. And it's in us to remember. All right. To arise and remember. And that's what we're doing. I can break that down. I saw something in this one. But yeah, that's it. That's it, y'all. That was a good book club. I don't even think I need to do this book no more. Cause it's kind of like, oh, Deafy. The Deafy. Maybe I can do a little. Oh, there Voodoo again. Hold up, we seeing some more here. We getting along. Hold up, y'all. We gotta get some more. We see Voodoo right here. Okay. Western African Voodoo. Okay. In Western African Voodoo, it is known that the ancient Tamawako something divine totemic ancestors are the deities who occupy the sacred mountains of which all African people are believed to have descended. And it says, when a child is born who possesses I probably said that wrong, Tawaio, divine ancestral guardian, a spiritual ceremony is performed. Again, a ritual. I mean, like not a ritual, but a ceremony, like they plan a date, right? Just like how I was saying, the communion. So again, a ceremony. So they're doing a ceremony, we're doing a ceremony, but why is it evil for us to do a ceremony? But it ain't evil for y'all to consider them doing a ceremony. But a ceremony is a ceremony. So y'all get it? A ceremony is a ceremony, right? A remembrance, a celebration, something they want you to attend, right? To get that energy up. But they can do it, but y'all can't. But y'all just saw, I said they was doing ceremonies, and in their ceremony right there with Voodoo. It's no different. If they can do a ceremony, we allowed to do a ceremony. And we do. We do our own. They do their own, and we do our own. It's in the title, Mommy Water. It's the name of the book. Mommy Water, African Ancient Goddesses Unveiled. All right. So, yeah, if they can do theirs, we can do. If they can do theirs, and look. This book going to be scribbled all over by the time. I just got to see it in the light. I can't see this little writing in this dark corner. So it's really, I'm really playing with my eyeballs here right now. And then I've been online twice, so I'm tired anyway. But it says, yeah, so a ceremony is performed and a prayer invocation is made referring to the sacred mountain for acknowledging and approval, which reads in part. And I'm not gonna read that, that's way too small. That'll hurt my eyeballs. But you see it said a sacred ceremony, a prayer, invocation. So a ceremony is performed and a prayer invocation for getting the guardian of the baby, of the child. Wow, the ancestral guardian, the divine ancestral guardian. So that's a whole ceremony you go through in Voodoo. Like if you go over there to in Africa or wherever they're doing it at, right? Up to the mountains. Wow. The sacred ark. Oh, there's the Argo that she was talking about right there. There's voodoo again. Turn right to it again. Man. There's Zeus. Today we have a moon, Amon, Horus, Zeus, Jehovah, and other sun deities giving birth to the goddesses and gods from anatomically impossible features such as their heads and thighs, ribs, conformation, saliva, ejaculation, and by other unnatural means instead of the original logos, the holy womb of the divine mother. Oh, they just ripped y'all one. Boy, they ripped y'all one with that one right there. She ripped y'all one. Oh, God damn. Oh, shit. Damn. She ripped y'all ass one on that one. Oh, my God. She ripped y'all one on that one. Let me put this over here. Oh, girl, no, you didn't. Whoa, hold on. Let me go back down here. I got to get over here. Oh, gosh. Look at this. I got to get over here. At each of these Masani temples, the priestess slaughtered the ancestral Pathan and rebuilt a new effigy atop of its ruins. They then mythologicalized the original history of creation, which exalts the divine African MAMI Isis mother as God, and placed themselves all of the male deities at the top of the divine hierarchy. Told y'all. Mama God, I don't know what y'all talking about. The mother's God. That's what I'm talking about. Mother God. It says today, it says thus today we have Amen, Amun, Horus, Zeus, Jehovah, and other sun deities giving birth to the goddesses and gods from anatomically impossible features such as their heads and thighs, ribs, saliva, ejaculation, and by other unnatural means, instead of them saying they came from the original logos, the holy womb of the divine African mother. These African matriarchs from their inception were always threatened with violence, rape, and personal violation during the rise of patriarch. Yet all accounts written about the effigy have completely ignored this momentumly historical event in African religious history. Most continue to refer to the sacred Mama Isis temple as the temple of Zeus. I told y'all they took, bitch. I I just literally told y'all a while ago, Apollo temples, all those temples came to my mind. And this is what she just literally said. All those temples were Mama Isis temples as the temple of Zeus, the temple of Apollo. Again, y'all, I told y'all, that's the same thing that she put in my mind, was these were temples of her that they took over and put all these male gods in there. These were our temples. These were our temples. I told y'all this. I just said that a while back, an hour or so ago. Told y'all, I knew it. Can't tell me I don't know my mama. You can't tell me I don't know Mama God. You can't tell me I don't know my Mama God. Y'all can't fool me with that bullshit. Can't fool me. Sure did. That's what they did. Ain't that right, Gaia? I know it, girl. That's why you my girl. Look here. Etc. However, that is not what they were originally. It is the same equivalent and as referencing the African nation as French Guinea or British Ghana or American Samoan, recognizing their colonial subjugation without representing their original autonomy. The Unveiled temples are correctly referred to as the Temple of Diana, the Temple of Cybele, the Temple of Athena, or Morgana, or Hathor. That's my temple right there, Hathor, Ishtar, Neith, and Al-Uzza, Al-Uzza, A-L-U-Z-Z-A, etc. A-L. Y'all, they done janked up. They done, ooh, these people done lied all kind of ways. These people done lied all kind of ways. Renamed all Mama Isis, Mommy WATA temples and put them as men names. Apollo. Like, that's why I said Troy. That's why I said it came to mind. Troy, Sparta, all those temples. Xerxes, you know, all this 300 immortal stuff. All them temples were feminine temples. Feminine representing the mother, where the high priestesses was. I would say that's where they came all around to console us. We had our own space. We had our own temples. We had our own temples, and y'all got some dang on nerve to tell somebody what you cannot resurrect and exalt, but y'all done exalted y'all masculine, patriarchal over the mother. Talking about don't have no idol God. Bitch, y'all the idol God. What the fuck you talking about? Y'all the one, that's why you got to decenter the men. That is exactly why y'all got to decenter these men. That's exactly why. The false God is them. The idol God is them. Oh my God. False God, that's y'all ass. We not supposed to be worshiping y'all ass. Y'all supposed to be worshiping us. Y'all supposed to be uplifting us. Y'all supposed to be coming to us for guidance and direction when you're stuck. Boy, y'all did a number. False gods. The little gods, the little G's, right? What it said earlier, the minor gods or something like that. There you go. I gotta go back to that page. Hold up. Is it the other way? Oh, it is the other way. So it's this way. Yep. Oh boy. Boy, we got a lot to unravel. We got a lot to unravel here. Where did it say minor gods at? But see, that's what happened when you allow patriarchal corruption to take over. It washes women completely out. That's what happens. Where that minor God word at? Right there. Where's my? So it was y'all that's the minor God, really. Like Noah. It was y'all that was the minor God. Because it said it right there. On page 189, false gods, minor gods. Oh, I wrote on my damn thing. Hold on. Minor gods, page 189. Yep, that's why. I get it now. I got it now. Page 104. Okay, I got it now. That makes sense. That makes sense of everything. Now y'all can see from different cultures why we women are talked over, ran over, doormats, no protection, no nothing. Now y'all can see why every culture has degraded their woman, and no man can rise higher than the woman that he associate with. No nation can rise higher than the truth. So until we learn the truth or remember the truth, however you want to say it, and start walking in and applying in that truth, then our nation won't never rise. Because look what the lies, look at all the stuff that we got to try to dismantle. You got patriarchal men start still writing about they God, they God, they God, they God. And then you got books like this. And so there's the conflict right there. There's the separation right there. There's the disharmony right there. There's no balance right there either, right? They talking about them, we talking about us. They talking about them, we talking about us. The separation of the divine principle, divine mother, and the masculine. The mother against the sons against the daughters against the fathers, or whatever you want to call it, right? Now y'all can see why. This is a very good book. This is a very good book. I'm about to sit down because I got a lot of hits off of this one. I got a lot of downloads. Yeah, this was a good one. Yeah, very good. Was that Lilith? Did I just see Lilith? Vishnu again. Tiamat. MAMI as Holy Mother. Oh, that wasn't Lilith, that was MAMI WATA. Wow, y'all. The Tree of Life, Madonna and Child, all the similarities, all that transfiguration or transmutation of the gods through over the ages. You got Amun, Amen, Amen, Amen Ra. It says first African deity to be born from the sacred womb of the divine African mother. Their goddess was known as something. I can't even see. The goddess with the fish eyes. Okay. Boy, I tell you what. Ancient temples of MAMI. This here, y'all. Voodoo to give birth to the voodoo. Y'all, I can't make this up. There's Temple of Hathor right there. Look like, yep, that's my temple right there. Birthing temple of the Sybils, Hathor. That's my temple right there. The tree of life. Common gods known as Ma, the man, fish of Eridu in ancient Mesopotamia and Syria. Ma as man, because Mama is the first king, the first mom, the first man, the first everything, the first teacher. That's why. Some of y'all ain't gonna be the same. Y'all get this book and read. Some of y'all ain't gonna be the same. Ain't no way you can read this book and not not change. There's no way you cannot read this book with an open mind and not change, not be changed. You know what I'm saying? Not be growth by it or enlightened by it. There's my art right there. It says, many are familiar with the various sacral donatal roles and magical powers attributed to MAMI, primarily in her triple-headed aspect as generator, preserver, and destroyer. Kalima, relating to fertility, harvest, and decay. I cannot make this up. And the seasonal changes affected by the ebb and flow of the sacral Nile and all its great, what is that? Tributaries. Her repositional symbols and sacramonial again implements in these sacred role would range from images of her holding the Uat scepter, water staff, cornucopia, an ear of corn, a grain of wheat, a suckle, a trident or torch, a lotus, a scarab, a horoscope wheel, symbols, cisterns, and mirrors. She might be represented wearing a veil, a bull horn, a cat or cow ears, the crescent sun wings, or even displayed by the body of a lion, a dog, a dolphin. And it says Delphi, a pig, or with concentric layers, dates, palms, symbolizing many breasts, or adorned with multicolored feathers from the African hen. Child, look at him. Ooh-wee, Hathor, Temple of Hathor right there. And Edfu, Horus, and Temple of Hathor. Oh. You know, it's one thing when you leave people over our artifacts. It's one thing when you leave people over our artifacts, and they were supposed to take care of our artifacts and not destroy our artifacts. And then they destroyed the artifacts because they became more evil and more corrupt over the years, that they hated it, what they saw. And so they tore shit up and broke shit up and did away with shit and buried shit and hid shit and moved it. You see what I'm saying? And that's because we should have never left them over our stuff. And I don't even think it was really us leaving it over our stuff, unless it was the gatekeeper's fault. They appointed these damn barbarics. But that's good. Our ancestors left the history behind in some of these, in some of the people. You know what I'm saying? With the studies and stuff. MAMI and doggone mythology. MAMI water. Nomos. This book is deep. We really went in tonight, y'all. We really went in. We really went in. She who gives life to the dead. Sumerian mythology. Ooh, this is a good book. Father Sky. This is the last book that they want y'all to read. These religions want y'all to read. Goodness grief. I gotta get out of this book because I'll be up here reading the rest of this dang on book. Yep, told y'all they were the lesser God. Here it is right here. I told y'all, Enil and that inky stuff. Enil, them Anunnakis. Enil. It says it was Enil who forced. It was Enil who forced, actually was responsible for separating heaven and earth. The Anunnakis, Enil and Inky, right? The Anunnakis, right? And it says, but it was MAMI who Namu gave the power to co-create, ordering her to give birth to the lesser gods and to mold humans using the sacred clay laying at the base of her great mountain. It says later, MAMI was also tasked with creating all animals and plant life on earth. Now in the Quran it said Allah did. Now in the Quran it says Allah did all of that. Am I right, y'all? Am I right? Inky and Enil. So in the Quran it says Allah created the heavens and the earth. And right here it says MAMI also was tasked with creating all animals and plant life on earth. So animals and plants. Right? Everything on the earth, the ground, right? The water. And then here's Enil, Inky, the younger brother of MAMI, known as a god of the house of fresh water, was a god of wisdom and incarnation. He was the helper of humans who sent the 7 sages to teach humans the art and skill of civilization. He lives in the Apsu, the ancient temple lying beneath the waters, named after his father. That's Inky and Enil right there, and Anunnakis. Right there. I didn't know she put them in here. And then his mother was Tiamat. Right there. It says the monstrous serpent, great goddess of the sea salt, of the salt water, of the salt water seas and of the underworld abyss. She was worshipped under many names as the divine mother of first generations of Babylonian gods. Ooh, goodness grief, y'all. Well, y'all. That's Tiamat, his mother. Tiamat is the mother. Let's see, where was that at? Okay, y'all. That's it. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Peace, love, and harmony. Good, great. Ooh, 11:55. Great book club. Angel number 11:55. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Peace, love, and harmony. That's book club. That's a lot. We done went through the whole damn book. All right. It has a lot of pictures in it and fine writing, and I need much daylight for that because it's so teeny up under those pictures. But we pretty much done been through the whole book, y'all. We got a couple more pages to go, but yeah, we went through a pretty good deal of it. A lot of it is just diagram books, like pictures, you know, but I definitely went through it enough. Wow. All right, y'all. This is the book. Y'all want to get it? It'll be in the book club in the playlist. Kem Arts, 4 years running. Book club, MAMI WATA. All right. There you go. I don't know if we're going to get in it again, but hey, we got in it pretty much this time. If y'all want to get it, you know what it's about. You know, so we'll see if we're going to have a part 2. Thank y'all. Appreciate you. Oh, add gratitude candle. Okay, thank you. Oh, I'm glad I looked down there because I was about to get off of there, girl. I was about to get off of there. Maria and Bianca. Okay, gratitude candle. Me, Angel, Yemia, Maria, and Bianca. Thank y'all. Appreciate it. All right. Anybody else? They know the prophecies. Yep. Man, this was powerful. This was so powerful, wasn't it, y'all? The title of the book is in the heading, y'all. You should have saw it when you clicked on the video. Okay? You should have saw it when you clicked on the video. It's on the heading. It's at the heading. It's in the title comment section. If you click out and go back in, you should be able to see it. Let me look at it. It's right there. It's in the title. So go to my page and y'all will see it. MAMI WATA, African Ancient Goddesses Unveiled. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate you. MAMI WATA, African. Let me give y'all another picture. This book. MAMI WATA, African Ancient Goddesses Unveiled. Yep. This it. Good book, y'all. I mean, oh, I killed it. I killed it, huh? Boy, I can't wait to kill the rest of it. 200 years of religious bigotry. Oh, man. See, I got to get out this book. Because I'll be done went through this whole damn book, sat up here. Okay, and I went through this whole book. Oh, boy, we got to look at that one. Dang. 200 years of religious bigotry. I can't even make that up. Oh boy, look at there. Plagiarized Christian doctrines. I can't even look. Don't let me start reading again, y'all. Please don't let me start reading again. Good grief, because I won't be coming out of this book no time soon. Oh, they got a little graph right here. Oh, I need to go up. I done found something else, y'all. Go up. Ooh, Gene Tricks, Isis, Gene Isis. All right, let's go. Let me not get in this book again. We're gonna try to hit them other tabs right there. I can take them out of there. But again, thank you, I appreciate it. That's the book. Mama Zobi, Chief, I don't know how to pronounce that name. But Mama Zobi, okay? This is a good book. That was empowering. I don't know about y'all, but that was very empowering to me. That was very like confirmation, empowering. I learned something new. I'm glad because I don't like to get books. I don't learn something new out of there. I want to learn something new. So gratitude candle is 12 o'clock now. Angel, me, Yemia, Maria, and Bianca. Let me get up. Let me go on. Y'all go rest. We got candle, gratitude candle tomorrow. Show Yemia Mother Nature, Oshun, or Yemia gratitude for all they love and abundance and knowledge and memory and waters and sunshine. Growth, spiritual growth. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Peace, love, and harmony. Appreciate everybody. Thank y'all. Hope y'all enjoy book club. I was like I feel like a little, like euphoric off of the knowledge and wisdom, but that's what it does. It kind of gets you a little high a little bit, especially if it's that intense. And that was very intense. That was a very intense book. Like I could feel the density of that energy was thick. All right. So thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Peace, love, and harmony. Hotep, namaste, assalamu alaikum. Let me put my stamp down there. I'm gonna drop the rest of the description, y'all, down below. Just so you know. I won't reach out to y'all in the comment section. I don't have no private pages. This is 4 years running. We've been doing book club. You'll find it over there in the playlist. Any book you want to try to look at before you buy it. I usually go like and do stuff like this. I'll do a review of it and I'll be reading it. And then sometimes I've already read pages in it and sometimes I haven't even got to it yet because I got so many books. But that one, I've been waiting to dig in that one. And I see why, because I already knew a lot of the information where I can at least connect the dots. So that's where you want to be at, y'all, where you can at least connect the dots. Learn about yourself, remember thyself, heal thyself is to know thyself, right? To understand, overstand, superstand thyself, right? You got to know, you got to read about yourself first, else you won't be able to know. Thank y'all. Y'all have a great night. Peace, love, and harmony. Thank y'all, everybody. Thank y'all for book club. See y'all for this gratitude candle. Give me a no shoon.